Bonjour and welcome to Marie+One. I'm Marie and today's plus one is Joshua Griego.
Hi. Nice
Joshua.
to be with you and hang out with you in the studio.
Same. I'm so happy to have you. We've been talking already for like a couple of minutes, so
Yeah.
it's hard
Subscribe to the Patreon. That'll be the snippets before. No, I'm just kidding.
No, but that's good. You have a Patreon?
No, I feel like that should be something.
I know. I've been saying that I need to do that. I actually just now started to contact businesses for sponsoring. I didn't get any responses yet, but I'll
just keep fishing. Keep fishing.
Yes. So, Joshua, would you mind to introduce yourself for us in a couple words?
Yeah. I'm Joshua Griego, Joshua Cruz Griego. I'm the host of Against the Grain podcast. I've been doing it since 2019. Just me and my little cousin just kind of got a wild hair, and we're just kind of impulsively did it. It was always in the back of my mind. I always wanted to do it. But you know how sometimes it takes like an extra push?
Yes.
And so we did like a pilot episode. We just called it pilot because I didn't know if I was going to do another one.
Mm-mm.
And I've been doing it since. Not consistently every week, but it's been like a slow burn. It's been enjoyable. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How fun. I'm so excited because earlier you asked me, I didn't answer, and I feel like I can answer you now because we started getting excited in the conversation.
Oh yeah, we're like
but it's so fun because I love what you do. But wait, because you teased me earlier. How old are you?
Well, you said you were gonna guess.
No, well, you said we were probably the same age. So are you like 32?
Yeah.
For real?
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
okay.
32. Let's go.
When's your birthday?
My birthday is May 9th.
Oh,
it's kind of sad.
2nd.
I just had to think about it.
I know. Right.
I'm like, when is my birthday?
We're getting, you know what? We're after 30, so it's like we're in between not 40 yet,
yes,
but we're not in the 20s anymore. So it's
such a weird phase. Like we're too old for like the younger crowd, but then you hang out with like adults, and I'm like, I don't know if I belong here.
Mm-mm. And they're still like, oh, you're still a youngster, and you're like, well, yeah, in a way.
Yeah, it's chaotic.
Cool.
30s has been fun though.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Like I closed the chapter in my 20s, and like it's almost like just a new beginning in a way.
Are you from here?
I am so I grew up in Belen or Los Chavez. Okay. It's kind of like in between Belen and Los Lunas, like maybe 45 minutes south from Albuquerque. Small town. And then I went to school like all in Belen and went to college at UNM.
Nice.
So I live in Albuquerque now. Just because the commute was, too much. But yeah, born and raised New Mexico.
Nice.
So I've always called it home. I love it. Love the mountains. I love just everything it has to offer. I feel like there's so much that not a lot of people talk about. It's so easy to focus on the bad.
That is true.
And, it's just so spotlighted. And there is a lot of bad, but there's so much you could do here that you can't do in other states. And with my lifestyle in particular, like snowboarding, hiking, stuff like that, I'm like, God put me here for a reason.
I'm so happy because, you just injured yourself not too long ago.
Yeah.
Was that snowboarding or doing something crazy or what happened?
So you would think it would be something like extreme with all the stuff I do, but it was, I was playing pickleball.
Okay.
Which is like tennis for older people. It's like it's supposed to be the most chill sport ever. And it was like my first time playing. And I was with like a bunch of people I didn't even really know. I was just like, yeah, I'll show up. Like I want to get into something that won't hurt me. I was like thinking about doing golf, and I went to sprint forward, and I ruptured my Achilles. So like my Achilles just popped and I tripped, and yeah.
That sounds so painful.
It was so weird. I didn't even know like that was a thing. I thought I just had like a dead foot, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
That's crazy.
When you tear your Achilles, your ankle's just, hanging. Because it controls your whole foot. Like you don't think about it. And it was more tough because I was around a bunch of people I didn't really know. It's kind of my first time hanging around this group. And so they're like, yeah, you must have, you probably pulled a muscle, like try and walk. And I was like sweating, like,
oh no.
I was like, get me out of here.
Oh, that's terrible.
But yeah, you would think it would be something crazy like that, So I think the lesson learned through all this is just stick to the crazy stuff, stay snowboarding, get away from pickleball.
Right. Or change your story. Just be like, oh yeah, I was just going down a black, how do you say that?
Black diamond.
Right. And I failed, but I'm alive.
Yeah. I might have to. Just for fun.
Yeah, it's funny because I feel like whenever you hear like injury stories, even from like a high or big athletes, it's always like same, like it wasn't really on the ring or doing their activity, but it was like going down a flight of stairs or whatever, and it's like
something so silly
that you probably just not pay attention, and that's why you get injured. But that's
our 30s. We're starting to creep up on us.
I know. You know what? It's funny because I'm actually low on vitamin D.
Oh, okay.
And I just did a blood work not too long ago because I have like Hashimoto's, I have thyroid issues, and so we try to do we have to do checkups pretty often, but every year we try to check up everything to see what's going on.
That's smart.
And despite being in a really sunny state, actually I was just learned that a lot of people here are really low on vitamin D.
Interesting.
And so, and I have a little one that's in daycare and that keeps being sick, and I keep being sick too. And so I'm like, oh God. And the doctor was like, oh yeah, let's give you some extra vitamin D because that is going to actually help you with that.
It's like an immune builder kind of.
Yeah, it helps with that and mood and don't quote me on that. I am not a doctor, but yeah, like definitely it helps you boost your immune system. One of many things it helps with, but yeah, no. So 30s. Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, let's
gotta take my vitamins. I had to do that too, like get my blood work done and just see, like some people look so healthy on the surface and then they have all these problems. I don't know. I don't want to be that like guy that's like, my kids have to take care of me like at a super young age.
Right. And it's funny you say that too, because I have my sister that just follows me. She is 4 years younger than me, so she's 28. Yeah. And she just had that. She went to a gym and started a membership, whatever, in Belgium, and they did a physical test, and the trainer was telling her, hey, you really have to start working out because she's really healthy, right, but she doesn't really work out on a regular basis. So the stress test she did was showing that if she didn't do any more exercises in the next year, she could have a heart attack out of nowhere. Gosh. And it's like, wait, huh?
That's crazy. Yeah. Or even with who just passed away, Hulk Hogan. He looked like pretty good. I mean, I don't know what he was on or what, you know, but if I saw him, I'm like, I want to look like that at that age, jacked, old and jacked. That's what I want to be.
Nice. Okay. Well, all right. I feel like that's a good transition to actually take you back to, so we know your age. Do you have brothers and sisters?
I do. I have a brother and a sister. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest by 5 years, I want to say. I was unplanned. My parents had me at a young age. They had me, around 20, 21. But yeah, my younger siblings, one is 26 and the other is 23. So Hannah and Luke, it's crazy how when you get older, you get closer to your siblings in different ways.
Right.
So I'm real close with them. They're all going against the grain in their own way. We all kind of branched off doing totally different things in life. Which is kind of cool, just to, represent ourselves, do something different.
That's super cool though. I love how you talked about them. I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I'm the oldest too. So
okay.
Older.
We've got a lot in common.
Yeah, I know. I love that. And it's funny because same, all my brothers and sisters, we kind of all branched out in our own ways too. So that's fun. And there's 4 years between me and my sister, but it's funny you say that about your parents having you young, because my parents were super young too, and I feel like it's a different just between our parents and us. There's such a big gap or difference in generation, because our parents had us young, right? Yeah. But then me, I was pregnant with my son and I was 30. So I celebrated my 30-30 or 30-30 or whatever.
30-30.
Pregnant.
Yeah.
So, and I want more children, but all of a sudden it's the reality of, hey, I'm getting older. And then, I don't want to be an old mom either. But it's life. I feel like it's so different from their generation to ours, where it's more chill. But at the same time, it's we're having kids older.
It's
when we're
normal.
older. And
I've noticed that too. And also it's just you think about it, you fear having kids at a young age because you're not mature enough yet. So you're like, I'm going to be a kid raising a kid. But then you go to that next chapter and you're like, well, I don't want to be like that old parent. There's I don't know what's the sweet spot.
Yes, right. Yeah, because you don't want to be an old person raising a kid either. And
I think life just takes its turn, whichever way. You know, everyone's different. Sometimes the things that are unplanned in life end up becoming the biggest blessings. Just depends on how you look at it.
Right. Yeah, and then I feel like you can plan however you want.
Yeah.
But there's always something that's gonna. A curveball that you're not gonna see coming, and so you can never really be ready. But so you have a brother and a sister. You're the oldest. So all right. Who was Joshua when he was younger? Like, were you more like an introvert, an extrovert? That's
a good question. I don't think I've actually been asked that.
No?
So when I was young, when I was, a little kid, like 1 or 2, my mom was going to school full time. At the time there wasn't online classes, so that you have to actually be at UNM. My dad was supporting us. So I had to just kind of go with whatever babysitters my parents could afford. Mm-hmm. And, funny backstory, like my first babysitter I ever had, she only spoke Spanish. And so my mom, I was with her all day, like every day for, however young I was. And my mom would like try and talk to me or call me. And it just was going over my head. And then my babysitter would be like, siéntate pa acá. And I would just like come run up to her. And my mom was like, what the heck? Like he knows Spanish before English. Mm-hmm. And so anyways, long story short, like because I was passed around like so much, like I think that helped my social skills so much, like as a kid. Mm-hmm. So I was always used to just staying the night here, going to my auntie's this night, staying the night at friends. I was always kind of whoever could take care of me.
Yeah.
And so I think that really helped like me just like want to be around people.
Nice.
In elementary school, I'd always get in trouble because I would never sit down and stop talking. Like the teachers they're like, he's a good student, like he does good, but he just will not sit down. Like he just will not stop talking. And I don't know, they're probably trying to diagnose him with ADD or something. And my mom's like, oh, he's fine. He's fine. Okay. We just, we'll put him in sports.
Yeah. It's so fun. I feel like we're a lot alike.
Yeah.
I was like that too. I think that's why we have podcasts.
Yeah, probably.
I think that makes a lot of sense. We can never stop talking. But okay. And you said you were 5 or 6 when your sibling came?
Yeah. So I was about like 5.5 when my little brother came.
And so do you speak Spanish?
No.
Okay.
But I pretend to sometimes,
nice.
Like I used to.
Well, I was going to say
like at parties and stuff, like if I would, like back in the day in college, like people who don't know Spanish, I could just like make it sound like I do. And they're like, whoa.
Well, you have a pretty good accent. It sounds like,
it's like
can fake it
kind of, people tell me, it's like, it sounds like I would speak Spanish,
Yeah,
so I don't, just all the cuss words probably, but.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Do you speak other languages?
I speak French is my mother language, Dutch, and a little bit of German. I could probably just buy like stuff at a bakery in Germany, but and just do the small talk. But but see, like it's so different in Belgium because I moved here 6 years ago, so I grew up in Belgium and all like my school years and stuff, and so the 3 languages in Belgium are. I'm gonna say something I'm not sure about. So there's French, Dutch, and it's 3, and German.
French, Dutch, and German.
Those are the 3 languages of official languages of Belgium. And so in school, we're taught Dutch, but
just like basics.
So I was in Brussels, which is the capital, but then Belgium basically is split in. It should be split in 4. So the south part is like French speaking. The north part is Dutch speaking.
Yeah.
Then you have Brussels that's bilingual, and then you have a little piece that's Dutch. That's German. Sorry.
Yeah.
And so everybody that lives in the south part that speaks French hate the Dutch part of Belgium, and they don't speak Dutch. And same like the Dutch part of Belgium, they don't like the French speaking people, and they don't speak French. And then you have Brussels, and we're all bilingual, or we try our best. But and then you have the German part that they're their own.
Yeah, they're like in their own little part.
They don't cause trouble, but they also they're there and they're there. And so growing up in Brussels, I was bilingual, and all my student jobs actually were in Dutch. My family speaks French, but but when I was saying in school is because they teach you like basic, but It's terrible.
The language classes in school are
terrible.
I took Spanish like my whole high school career, like Spanish 2, 3. Like you would think that I would know, but they teach you like, oh, we're gonna learn how to write a letter to. I'm like, I want to speak it. Right. I'm not going to be writing letters to the governor in Spanish.
Right. For us, every year it was like, you go back to school and it's like, oh, what did you do during your vacation? And then it's like, oh, what are your hobbies or what scares you? Because then, you know, when you go back to school, then it's Halloween and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And what scares you? And then, you know, like all the vocabulary for like Christmas that you never really use again. And, you know, it's stuff that you never use. But then second language is always Dutch, and then third is English, and then you can choose a fourth. And I could choose Spanish or German, and I chose German because I love German. And I always thought, oh, I'm gonna use German, and then I ended up marrying my husband, whose name is also Joshua.
Nice.
And I moved here, and I could have used Spanish more than German.
Yeah.
But,
you know, you're like, dang it, there's no Germans here to talk to.
So it's, you know what? It's funny because I feel like languages are pushed more in Europe.
Yeah.
Or at least where
that's what it seems like. I mean, from what you just described, it's like more of a melting pot of just so many different cultures and stuff. I mean, here it is too, but it's not like pushed, like you said, to speak it.
Right. I wish it was. But it's funny because at my son's daycare, they put everything in like in English and then Spanish. But since I told them that I speak French to my son, and so I was like, oh, if you know, it's so funny because like, for example, even like the sound of a rooster, it's like cock-a-doodle-doo in English. It's cocorico in French. And so my son
says, a French way for the roosters to talk.
Yeah. But so my son says a mix. He says cocorico, which is like, you know, it's not completely cocorico, but it sounds close enough. But so I told him, don't like, you know, if he says stuff like ask me if it means something, or you know. And they're like, oh, but you know what? Maybe we can put some like French words too, so his friends can also learn. And so I thought that was pretty cool.
That's smart.
Yeah, pretty open. So it's not like, I feel like it's not like people don't want to. It's like they don't have the opportunity maybe too much. But
that would be good for him, especially since he's super young like that. They just pick up things.
Yes.
You don't think they do, but they do.
Oh, they do. He started to say, God dang it. And I'm like, oh.
You get that from mom or dad?
I don't know. I guess if you hear that during the episode, maybe you'll see that it may be from me. Oh my God, Marie. So do you speak any other languages than English?
I don't. I just speak English and poor English. Like, you know, I don't know a lot of words. I just, you know, you would think I would at podcasts, love doing podcasts, but unfortunately not. I would want to learn Spanish though. My brother's learning it. He took that course. I don't know what it's called. It's like you pay for it like monthly.
Oh, is it like a online app?
Yeah,
is
something
it
like that.
Babbel or Duolingo? No,
Duolingo maybe. I don't know.
I think you might have to pay for like the premium, but I think it's free. I think Babbel is also another one, but I don't know.
He's doing something like that because he stayed with us for a couple of weeks. He lives in LA, so he'll come down every now and then. And he's like, I gotta go do my Spanish class, and I'm like, what? I want to know Spanish.
Right. I feel like there's so many of us like that have people that I've had on the podcast so far. So maybe we should just go all of us together and start speaking Spanish.
Let's do it.
Lester speaks Spanish, so maybe Lester, you can teach us.
Yeah, Lester. He's like, I already got my hands full over here.
Right. No, I wanna speak Spanish too, and especially like I work at the post office, and there's so many people like Spanish customers, and I'm always like, no habla español, lo siento, right?
I just saw a meme the other day. It was like a Chihuahua, like just a picture of a Chihuahua with a smirk, and it's like me whenever they ask me if I speak Spanish, and I say poquito. He's like, that's the one word I know. I
love that. And see, my husband is he's Hispanic. He's from here too, but he doesn't speak. He understands some, but he doesn't speak Spanish. But it's funny because everywhere we go, or even when we lived in town and we used to go like to Mesquite, or you know, to like or the Spanish area, or go get. I love Mexican or New Mexican food, either one. And so, or we would go to La Michoacana, and you know, and they start speaking Spanish to him, and he's like, hello.
Just points at the menu.
So no, that's funny. But no, it's funny because like all the drivers for Amazon that drop packages at the post office, they all speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I don't, and so I try to. I need to learn at least like the typical phrase I have to say, like, oh, put the pallet. It's funny because so it's like pallets, right? And so I'm like, oh, you have to put the pallet there, but I was like, la paleta aquí.
And
he started laughing and he was like, I don't think you mean that. And I was like, oh yeah, no, it's not the same thing.
Hey, at least you're trying. At least you're trying.
So you were more social when you were a kid.
Yeah, definitely.
So were you in any sports? Like, what did you like to do?
So I did all sports growing up. My parents always had me in something.
Nice.
We grew up kind of like in the country. My dad always had horses. He does rodeos. That was a big part of my life growing up, was like riding sheep and steers. And I got into like junior bulls like in middle school. So that was like side stuff, just lifestyle stuff. And then I always did like baseball, soccer, wrestling was my main sport. You know, my dad was a state champ wrestler. He wrestled for the Marines. And so just by default, it kind of put me in it. And he was the coach.
Heck yeah.
And and I loved it. I just took off with it since I was 4. I always wrestled. Wow. And so, yeah, I was always in something. And my parents would always tell me, like, even if you don't like the sport, you're going to follow through with it. If you do soccer, you're not quitting halfway through the season.
Nice.
I don't care if you don't like it. And so they taught me, like, at a young age just to follow through with things. And I think that helped me out a lot.
Heck yeah.
Because we all do stuff we don't want to do. It's like, of course, everyone wants to, hey, I don't feel like going to work the full day today. No, you got to.
Right. I love that. That's amazing because, you know, as a young parent, I'm also like trying to figure out and you know, thinking back about yourself, you're like, okay, like for me, like we were so many, I mean, 3 brothers and 3 sisters. My parents couldn't like pay for us to do stuff because of course, like, you know, or even have like, oh crap, in Dutch we say spaargeld. That's, you know, when they give you money weekly. I don't remember how you say that in English. But my dad was like, oh, if I give you €5 a week, and I need to give everyone €5. And then all of a sudden it's not 5, it's 5 times 6. And so, you know, it's like, we cannot afford that. But and same, like if I put you in dance class, you know, then I have to do, you know, something for everybody. So I actually started working pretty young, like around like 14, and the money I was making on like student jobs, I would like pay for like dance classes or
that's cool
clothes and stuff. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, no, so I love that you were allowed to just try stuff but have to follow through. That's important too, because then you can really see if that's something you truly like or truly don't like.
Yeah, for sure. Like that was my parents' thing, was like, we're gonna have you try everything. Like you don't know which one you're gonna like, don't like. And then also too, finding out like, is like, let's say I think I don't like wrestling. Is it just because I had a hard practice and that day I don't want to? So kind of like riding the line of like discipline, stuff like that.
And would you go to your parents and say, oh, hey, I want to try this year, or, you know?
I don't remember. I feel like they just signed me up.
Right. Okay.
They just signed me up and I was like,
sure.
All right, we're playing soccer now. Like, and
so
stuff
cool.
like that. I was always just so, I probably did have ADD or something like that. I was just, it could not stop moving. So they're like, we need to put him, you know, in wrestling. That's probably why I did so good in wrestling, because there's so much energy and, you know, commotion in those matches. Like,
you know, it's funny you say that, because one of my cousins was, I don't know if he was officially diagnosed hyperactive. Yeah. But he was given medication for that. Yeah. But he was such a young kid. I always think that, I think he was just a kid. Yeah, yeah. And I'm not trying to say that, you know, if you are like
everyone's
diagnosed,
different.
you know, then by any means, I'm no doctor. But I feel like sometimes we tend to like, and I'm not saying that for you in any case either, but I feel like sometimes like we put like kids in like a box, like, oh, like my son is like all over the place, but he's a kid, you know, so it's like, have him play, have him go outside and have, you know, him
just
do
let
stuff.
them get it out.
And so that's why we try to limit, because of course, you know, he's supposed to have no screen before 3. Yeah. And in the perfect world, I wish my son would not be exposed to a screen before he's 3, but he's been exposed. He's been watching Ghibli movies and stuff, because we also need to wash dishes and do other stuff in life, you know. So sometimes it just happens that, you know, he does do independent play like a lot, but you know, I mean,
kids
I think,
are kids.
Yeah, and plus with our generation, I feel like we're so exposed to screens that it's also, I feel like, crazy to just think that you can shield them, and you can shield them so long, of course, but with all the AI and stuff, it's it's about to become a crazier world.
It's even confusing for us as adults. I remember like I didn't have a cell phone until like a junior in high school. Like I remember specifically having to go to my neighbors, knock on their door and say, "Hey, can I type this thing on your computer?" Like that's how much like we didn't have technology.
No, yeah, I remember we had a big computer, but we were allowed to go like an hour a week.
The computer lab.
And it was like ever. And for my parents it was like, but you go with your sister, because it was like you have to watch each other, and I would just go and play Age of Empire, and I just loved it so much, or Wii people on Messenger.
Tetris, you're like, this is sick.
Yes, right? It's crazy. I feel like we were the last generation that was not too exposed to, all
we're
those
so
screens.
Unique because we really did see it before, and now we're part of it after. And it's cool to see like that we still have that connected to us,
Which I and you were mentioning off camera that you don't have children yet, and if that's something that you wish to have, like I wish, like for us, we want to try to have the best of both, right? And so my husband wants to, teach our son to, when he's older, to like build his own computer and learn to use it really like on a smarter level. But also we want to offer him like outside play and tell him that you can unplug from all that and enjoy the real world. And so I feel like it's so important
to appreciate it, just being outside.
And like, I feel like you had that too with all the sports and the stuff
and just being like living like on a farm, like by a ditch bank. Like I would have little jobs, like you got to water all these trees before you go to the neighbors, and I would just like take my toys and play in the water. Like you kids are creative. Like if you tell them no, stay in here, they'll make up a game, imaginary thing. Like it's in them. It's just true. So easy to, go to the screen.
And so did you help on the farm?
I did. Yeah. Like, I mean, whatever my dad was doing, I was just kind of with him, and he did, he was a welder. He built a lot of the stuff in our house, our furniture. So I was kind of just like his helper, just, holding the ladder for him, painting, stuff like that. At the time it wasn't fun, but now looking back, I'm like, I kind of miss that. I was always pulling the chutes for my dad, because he was a roper. He does team roping. Okay. So I was always working the chutes. Like I was the little worker boy. And I'm like, he gets to have all this fun, and I'm out here just like having to work. What the heck? I'm like shoveling, horse poop, but there was always a reward. It was like, I feel like they did that really well. Oh yeah. Like, you could go stay at your friends, but if this doesn't get done. So I knew like you get stuff done, there's a reward. Sometimes, even if it's just a Coke from Allsups. Yeah, no, but see, I feel like, my parents had that with, they made like a sheet with like the chores, whatever. Yeah. And when you did one chore, you had like so many points, and at the end of the week, you got a gift, or like you said, like you were allowed to do something. Yeah. But I feel like, I don't know if it's the 1993 thing, but I was like you, I was like, but I would do every chore. I'm an overachiever sometimes. And so once you put like an incentive, you're like, let's go. But after 3 weeks of me winning the gift, my dad was like, so it's not really working, because the goal was to have my brothers and sisters kind of jump in and help. Yeah. You already had a system planned out. So he was like, you're setting up a pyramid scheme with let's not do that. So, but being a big brother, big sister, you just, I feel like you do or you don't, but you either like overachieve and overprotect and overshow and over like, show the example to the other, or you don't care. But I think we were both like overachiever for that. Were you like the older sibling that made all the mistakes and they just said, okay, we're gonna not do what she does, or were you the one that like was by example kind of paving the way for them? Yeah, I was the second one, because I was the first one. For real? Oh, then we were different. I was the troubled kid. 100%. Well, you know what, it's so I was the opposite. I was the like, oh my God, I hate to say that. I feel like I'm like in French, and for Belgian we say that like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah. Because did you say Jean-Claude Van Damme? I love Jean-Claude Van Damme. Yeah, he's from Brussels. He's sick.
So he's
well, hey, I know that.
I know. Well, he's from Brussels like me. And so, we always use him as an example when we want to talk about someone that's like, we say a dick and neck in French. It's in Brussels dialect. It means that like you have a big neck, like you think you're the shit.
Yeah.
And so I was like that. It feels weird to say that, but I was really like the one that like never did anything wrong. And
like, I know better.
You know what? It allowed my brothers and sisters to just be like, I am not going to be like that. And I am going to make the mistakes and I'm going to, make my parents sweat. But so you were the troublemaker.
Kind of. Like I was very, how do I say this? Like I knew when to turn it on and off. I was real good at that. Like I wasn't just chaos, but I was the one that definitely got in more trouble, probably more in high school. And I don't know, just being a kid, I was just like such a boy. Like I loved doing stunts. I was always in the hospital. It was just like, I loved, like at the time, the VHS video cameras came out. Yes. And we had one, and that to me was like the coolest thing ever. Like just recording something, like we had a trampoline. I'm like, record me doing a backflip off the trampoline. Like this is gonna be sick. So it's just like boy stuff, like, and then getting in trouble, like I was always just like to myself. Like I would never like was mean or hurtful to other people, but I was just kind of reckless. Like I didn't have a lot of self-control in my teens and even in my 20s. Okay. So trying to like put the reins on that, even now in my 30s, like just practicing self-control, like, balancing things.
But it's not a bad thing though.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just trying to like navigate through it, in a healthy way. Like whenever I like because sometimes I'll just get bored or anxious and I'm like, I would probably just go to the bar and just, with my friends and be chaotic. Right. But now if I get anxious or something, I just like go to the gym for a couple hours. Nice. And then after it's just like, okay, feel a lot better. Which, by the way, if you could still be diagnosed ADD, ADHD or... maybe. I feel like it's awful when people are like, oh my God, it's trendy. It's not trendy. Yeah. It's been here. It's just that, some people put it in the spotlight more. So a lot more people are aware of it. Right. But, it's been something. It's been something that people have been diagnosed with. For sure. And going through. So, I'm not too sure. Having a diagnosis may help you like kind of like channel stuff, but, I don't know. I feel like it's a superpower kind of like I gotta think of everyone as just being unique, so like I could use that as my strength instead of like suppressing it so much. Oh no, like what if I do get diagnosed like you said and I get medication and then I just suck at communicating in podcasts or something? No, that's what I'm kind of afraid of. I wouldn't say that you need medication per se. Just like more just how to navigate like or recognize certain patterns. Or also like be kinder to yourself. I don't know how you feel about all that, but be like, hey, I feel like all over the place today. Yeah. Maybe that's because like it's like at its peak and tomorrow's going to be a better day. But be kinder to yourself in the sense that, hey, it makes sense. Like it's not my fault, or I have that a lot, and that's why I in a way I'm telling you, maybe you should go get diagnosed. But then for me, I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna shove that in the back and pretend like it's not happening. Because I feel like for that, like we're similar in the sense that I want to do so many different things in a day, and I have a million ideas, and then I shut down because I'm like, hey, I have so much to do. All of a sudden your shoulders get heavy. Off the couch and play a game, and it's terrible. And sometimes it's really hard. And I have the word in French that's coming to my head, but just it's like, French. Well, it's handicapant. That's not gonna help you, but it's like it's cool. Thank you. It's like I just like hearing you talk in French. It's freezes. Cool. Oh, I can do that, but then it becomes a one-way conversation. So no, okay. You mentioned earlier. So was your dad in the military? Yeah. So he was in the Marines for a little bit. He broke his ankle wrestling, and so that ended that. But he was in the Marines for a little while, doing that, and he stuck with it as long as he could, and injuries, stuff like that happens. Well, thank you for that service. Oh yeah. Thanks, Pops. Right. Thank you for your service, sir. He's a Marine, and he's a cool guy. I have a really good relationship with my parents, which I'm super blessed to have, because it's not very common as it is, or as it used to be maybe. I know that even just experiencing it like through coaching, like I used to coach wrestling for maybe like 5 years. I got into it, and I was the head coach of like a junior wrestling team.
Heck yeah.
So I was coaching kids from like 4 years old all the way to like 8th grade. So I got to see the whole spectrum of just all these different kids in Belen. And, you know, there was way more kids like without parents than there were with parents. And so I feel like that was their outlet to just get some type of discipline, or just, hey, this is how you're supposed to act, you know? Some kids don't know, like, just even cues, you know, like, hey, look at this person in their eye, shake their hand. Like, that's not taught to some kids. Or if you see someone that's like struggling, open the door for them. So I try and incorporate that like lifestyle stuff into it, because I feel like it was so important to me. And if I wasn't taught it, I probably wouldn't do it either. So yeah, it's crazy how common it is, you know, now age.
Thank you for doing that, because I feel like when you think about your past, and I invite you, listener or viewer, to do the same. When you think about your past, and you often remember one person, right?
Yeah.
Or like an encounter or something a teacher told you. And so I feel like I tried, and I feel like you did the same with your coaching, but I tried to be that inspiring person that's like, you know, kind and trying to do a nice thing, or like even at the post office I tried to be I need to stop playing with that. I try to be always like positive and being super nice to people. And like the other day, a customer was like, "Oh, you have a good," and I thought he was going to say, "You have a good day," and he was like, "You have a good attitude." I was just like, and I was already saying, "Hey, like, you too,
thanks."
Thank you. But you know, it's like sometimes you don't know what people are going through, and sometimes just a smile or a compliment, like, you know, "Oh, hey, like I love your nails," or "I love your hair," or "I love your shirt," or "I love," you know, anything can just make someone's day just shift. I had that, I think I talked about it in an episode already, but one of the supervisor in another post office I worked in, one day I was kind of feeling off, and I was asking him how he was doing, and he was like, "Oh, I'm fabulous." And I was like, wait a second, I'm not too bad. I mean, I'm having an off day, but I'm actually doing really good. So I started shifting whenever people ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, "Oh, I'm amazing. How about you?" And then you see people being like, "Oh,
she's different," or there's like an energy that's
and shifting,
vibrating.
and also being like, "Actually, I'm really good too." Instead of just doing the regular, "Hey, how are you doing?" "Good, I'm good. How are you?" "Good." You know, just like the regular crap that we don't even care or take the time to care anymore. So thank you for doing that for those kids, because I feel like, especially like you said, in certain circumstances where they don't have, or they miss, like one parent is not in the picture, or no parent, or parents but that are not paying attention,
right?
It's super important.
Yeah, it is. And I just think that positive affirmation is so important at a young age. Instead of just being told no, like the kid is just gonna think he's like a loser. And it's like, hey, don't do that again, but if you do this, you know, you could get better. Like, try and give them things to work towards. And then also like make them want to do good for you. Like, I feel like a leader, like or even people that I look up to, I want to do good for them, instead of like, oh, I have to do good to like meet their needs. So like teaching that, like, hey, you know, you're not getting this move right, but like if you go all the way down on your push-ups, you're going to get stronger. And then they're like, oh yeah, like it just clicks in their head. Like, you think that everyone knows that, but like they don't.
No,
like, I'm saying
true.
Like a lot. Apologize. Someone told me that. They said, you like say like a lot. I'm like, yeah, sorry.
I love it. We'll try maybe if I think about it, I could try to go and do a like count.
Oh no, don't do no like count. It's gonna be 50% of my words.
Well, you know what? If in the comments you want to tell us how many times Joshua says count. Like.
Yeah, just drag my name through the mud. It's all good. I need to get better.
Fun. It's a fun game. No, but you know, and I want to ask you the questions, but see, for me, it brings me back to growing up. I don't think my parents knew better, or at least my dad knew better, but I feel like a lot of his, how he was educating us was in a lot of like mean,
like authoritative.
Yes, but like kind of like diminishing you, thinking that you were gonna just take the counterpart of it
Yeah.
and grow from it. But also, and then there was a lot of like, that and then reward if you would do it. And so I think it kind of messed up my conception of, if I do because now every time I do something, I feel like I need to be rewarded too in a way.
If you don't, you're a failure or something.
Yes. And I do that a lot also with food for some reason. I think like food is my comfort, comfort food expression is not for, nothing, but in a sense that it's like, I'm going to do the podcast. After, I'm going to go get a drink, or a tea or a coffee because, hey, I deserve it. It's like, I think it messed up my conception of, if you do something, you need to be rewarded.
Yeah.
And so that's why I'm trying to shift too with my son and try to include him in the chores and in the activities without having to be like, or every time he does something, being like, hey, good job. Because I'm like, no, it's normal. He's supposed to do that. Don't always
Because if they don't get that, you don't want them to, think that they're a failure.
Yes, right. But then how were you raised in that matter?
I don't know. It was a little bit of both. Like there was certain big things that my dad would have me do for a reward. Not very common, but it was most of the time it was just like, hey, help me out for the day, do this thing, and maybe we could go get Lottaburger together.
Nice.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like always this, hey, you get this big thing, or it was usually pretty simple, like let's go get an all-subs burrito. And to me that was like good enough.
Yeah. I'm so happy that you had your parents like as a really good like frame as an example, I can't think of the right expression, but I'm so happy for you.
They and they're the first, like my parents, both their lives, their childhood was very, very different, very chaotic. My mom's parents split up when she was like in middle school. She ended up living with my grandpa, just, at a young age, switching schools to high school. There wasn't really, it was just chaotic. And the same with my dad. My dad was kind of stern, but loving. His dad was just stern, like all the time. Like not really no like embracement or nothing like that. And so it's just cool to see them grow as human beings too.
They broke the cycle.
Yeah, they broke the cycle, and it's cool because I wanted to like keep doing that, carry it on.
Nice.
Because I think that's important. Like there's so many generational cycles that we don't even realize until we're older, and you're like, wait, why am I thinking this way? Like you just said, when you think you do something, there has to be a reward, and then you overwhelm yourself.
Yep.
Just little things like that. And then also too, now that you're older, like, do you see your parents more as just like an equal in a way, kind of like a human being just like you?
Yeah,
I've been noticing that. Like, they go to you for advice, and you're like, what?
Huh? Yeah. And then you grow up and you realize that they're not just like mom and dad.
Yes.
They're human beings. They're adults that also needed to figure out their own stuff. And so, yeah,
it's a trip to be like. I think I'm now 32. In their shoes, I would have already had like an 11-year-old or like a 10-year-old.
Oh, yes, right.
It's crazy to think that, like, wow, they did that.
Right.
If I had a kid now, freaking out. But I would make it work out.
Oh, yes.
I want to have kids one day for sure. I like pouring into people, and I just think it would be cool to pour into a little version of yourself.
Yes. It's scary, but it's hard, but it's so rewarding though. Yeah, I'm still I'm still blown away by the fact that I have a little boy.
What's his name?
Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre?
Jean-Pierre.
Oh, that's a cool name.
Thank you.
Dang, he's going to be a ladies' man. Will you introduce yourself? Hey,
yeah.
I'm Jean-Pierre.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's going to get him instant.
It's funny because I wanted to call him Jean because I'm named Marie after my great-great-grandmother.
Yeah.
Whose name was Marie, and her husband was Jean. And so apparently he was an amazing man, and he was super nice, and he actually fought in World War I.
Wow.
And I have these crazy pictures that are over 100 years old of him, like in his military suit and on a horse, and he was in the artillery for World War I, and so crazy stuff, and he was really like a kind person, but also he fought for a country and stuff, and I wanted to name him after my son after him. But here in the US, Jean, it's Jean, and
Jean?
it's actually a feminine name, so Jean. And so I was like, so, it's already hard enough. I mean, he's going to speak French. I don't want him. And then my husband really loved the name Jean-Pierre. And so we went for Jean-Pierre. But I call him Jean. But
that's cool. That's really cool. Yes. And it's so crazy because, so your name's Marie. My grandmother was Marie. Her name was Marie. And I feel like that's not like really a common name. And I was really close with her. And my sister's middle name is Marie. So it's kind of cool to just see those names kind of get passed down through the lineage.
And you know what's funny? You say that because I was like, when I did the podcast for so long, and I want to soon get into that, but I have more questions first about yourself and stuff. But I was scared because I didn't want to... I don't think I was ready to tell my story and talk about my family and growing up and stuff. And I was thinking, well, what are my family gonna think and all that. And I was like, oh, maybe I can call myself something else. And I was like, I typed on Google, like, what's the most common name, feminine common name?
Yeah.
And it's Marie.
Really?
Yes. What? I was like, well,
that's crazy.
It can't be my fake name because it's also my real name.
Yeah.
Or it could have been, but then it would have been funny to be like, actually, my real name is Marie.
Yeah. I feel like it was more of a common name like in the 60s and stuff like that. Because I don't know any new, like, younger people named Marie.
No, that's true.
That I could think of.
Yeah, so somehow it's still like the most common name, but I don't know. Name. Thank you. I love I love Joshua too. Yeah. But I was gonna ask you because my husband is a Joshua that doesn't want to be called Josh. He's a Joshua. So are you a Joshua Josh or a Joshua? I'm
a Joshua. I introduced myself as Joshua.
There we go.
But I really don't care. Like 3 syllables is kind of gets exhausting. So if people just call me Josh, I don't really. Correct. You call me Josh.
Okay.
But I introduced myself as Joshua.
As Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom's like, your name is Joshua.
Oh, so she's
like, I named you Joshua.
All right.
But I have so many like little nicknames and stuff. Like a lot of people call me Cruz.
Huh. Why?
That's my middle name.
Oh, okay.
And so people just call me that.
You said that earlier. Sorry.
Yeah. So that's after my grandpa. His middle name was Santa Cruz. And so they just kind of gave me Cruz. And
that's a nice little wink to your grandpa.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I think it's so cool to like one thing I'm thankful for is my parents kind of keep my grandparents alive just by stories. And there's a part of them that still lives through them, like these generations, like you were just describing your grandfather or great-grandfather, all the things that he did like that, his genes are in you in some way, his leadership skills are deep within you. You just can hone them,
And it's crazy because my great-grandpa was really a good man, but my grandpa was a piece of shit. So, pardon my French. But he, I talked about it on here. At first, I didn't want to, but I mean, it's the way it is. But he actually, we found, after he died, we found a Nazi passport.
A what? Oh, a Nazi passport? Whoa.
Yeah, that was pretty wild. And so
That's
it was
crazy.
Especially like for me, it was crazy because growing up, I was very involved in commemorations and going and so there's always like on November 11 every year we there's like a march all over Brussels with a torch, like a flame that that we take all the way to the soldier without name,
like a memorial type thing.
And I was always part of it, and I was always holding the flame from like different part of Brussels, and I was always at every commemoration. My grandma was from my stepmother's side. She was really involved, so I was always going with her. And so I was so involved, and then all of a sudden, and her husband, my grandpa from my stepmother's side, he fought in the Korean War. So I went to Korea because the Korean, it was pretty crazy. The Korean government every year invites grandchildren of veterans to go for a week of commemorations, and so that it was part of my identity to just fight for remembrance of history. And when I heard that, I felt betrayed by my own family. I was like, huh?
Just a shock.
Yeah. And so that also goes to show, though, that despite it being a part of you, like a part of your blood, it doesn't define you.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was really also important to mention.
It could go both ways. It's like your past, you can embrace it or you can choose to break it.
Right.
Have you seen the new Superman movie yet?
No.
So it's the whole like storyline is... plot. What is it called?
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Plot twist.
Both.
His origins aren't like what he thought they were. They weren't the greatest. And so the whole story is like, he kind of is like, no, I'm more human than alien. Like he just kind of embraces like his humanity.
Right.
Like that breaking that generational thing, you know, like your past doesn't define you.
No. Yeah. And so on top of, because especially for him, like on top of being a collabo, we say in French, like a collaborator.
Yeah.
He was a rapist, and he was like, really, if you look piece of shit in the dictionary, you probably have his picture in big in there. And so it's also good to know where you're from and where you come from, because then, and even like, it doesn't mean because your grandpa is that type of person, but your great grandpa was a really amazing person. And so okay. Sometimes I go all over the place, and that's okay, but I wanted to go back before I forget.
Yeah.
Forgetting. No.
I'm going to kind of just add what you're saying. Like, it's good to look back and just pick all the good things and take those, so you can not completely cut them off or something. I mean, with your situation, it's like pretty crazy, but like my grandpa wasn't like, he had his flaws, but he also had really good things about him that I can choose to embrace, instead of completely saying, nah, he was crazy or whatever. Everyone has good in them in some way, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Except
for my grandpa. And
everyone. I'm like trying to find the silver lining.
Yeah, no. And you know what? It's funny because
that's crazy. You're the first person I know that has that like in there.
Oh yeah, no, me and
like,
I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, but I haven't met any. But I don't think we always said I would be like a family secret. I mean, it's on here now, but we're not proud of that. But for so long, I was like, yeah, it has to be a family secret. But at the same time, it's like, well, I didn't do anything wrong, and so. It doesn't define me,
right.
But yeah, no, it's pretty crazy. And then I thought about it again, and then I forgot again. No, and for him, I'm forgetting. It's terrible. What's going on with me right now?
It's okay.
So, were you ever interested in? I feel like it's always coming back slowly. In joining the military.
The military? No, I never really, I mean, I maybe thought about it for a little bit, but I have a hard time following authority, especially like with no explanation type. I'm not saying I support the military and everything, but just me, like, I was always challenging authority growing up. I was always like, well, why? Like asking, wait, we got to do that. Like, there has to be a why. I don't just do things to do them. There has to. So for me personally, it was just like a personal decision not to.
Okay.
A lot of my friends are in it, support them and stuff like that. But I ended up going a different route.
Yeah.
And I'm here.
Nice.
It's cool. I love people so much. I'm sure that's probably one of the biggest parts reasons why you decided to do podcasting. I just feel like I unlock so much information with each conversation I have. For me, like, I feel like I get a lot out of it. But so not only are you like helping your guests, tell their story, I'm like getting advice from someone, from like a stranger we just met today.
I know.
And we're having just like such a great conversation.
I know.
And it's unfortunate that it's not that common. But it's a good excuse to get someone in a room and just talk for, a couple hours. I don't talk to like some of my closest family members for that long.
Right.
Like, sometimes I know more about a guest than I do like my cousin. Like, so I like that. I really enjoy that part of it.
I like it too. And honestly, I want to be friends after this.
Yeah.
I was like,
well, I mean, wait. I still got to get you on my podcast. I think that would be really fun.
Yes, I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to come.
Check out my little studio.
I know. But let's keep that as a teaser for now, because I want to talk about your podcast, but you have to stay tuned. So did you have a lot of friends growing up, like throughout, since you were a kid to now?
So it's kind of tricky to answer that one. So I had a lot of friends, but I always felt like an outcast.
Okay.
Like, I never was really in like a group, like, oh, he's with the jocks. He's with I kind of embraced everyone and everyone embraced me, which was cool. I had a lot of friends, but I was always kind of like, I felt like out, like that's part of probably why I chose the name Against the Grain, is because it's like breaking social norms. Like, you don't have to fit in a box. You, can just embrace your individuality. You don't have to belong in a clique. And I feel like that's taught so much at a young age. Conform. Don't stand out. Don't be weird. You got to stay in line. And it's kind of just like breaking all social norms. Like it took me up until maybe like college to really embrace it, my individuality, and like, hey, I can be a cowboy, podcaster, skier, snowboarder, whatever. Like everyone's unique, you know, and I feel like a lot of people box themselves in. And it's not their fault. It's just, it's like a challenge. I challenge like our audience, be a leader.
Yes.
Like, don't chase the crowd, bring the crowd to you.
Right.
Like you're the magnet. You make your own clique. You find your people, your tribe.
Yes. And be different, because see, that was my like worst struggle so far, this past few years, is the feeling that I need to find this one thing that defines me, or that I'm good at.
Right.
But again, I'm not Jean-Claude Van Damme, but I'm like good at many different things, and that's okay.
Yes.
And so, be good at whatever makes you happy. Don't just be like this one person, or, we're not just podcasters. We have jobs on the side, and we also have other hobbies. And like you said, you love to snowboard and do and wrestle and do all those different things. And do you still help on the ranch or on the farm?
I'm currently I'm staying at my parents since I have this injury. So it's been kind of a blessing, because I have been hanging out a lot more. I mean, I can't really do much. But yeah, I miss it. Like every week I make it a thing to go. Like I usually go to church with my family on Sundays, and then I always go back to Belen and just spend the afternoon with them.
Nice.
Ride four-wheelers, jump on a horse, like just get that, I don't want to lose that. That part of me.
I was checking. It's your right foot? How do you drive?
I have a secret. No, I don't care. My doctor told me not to, but he's like, well, you're gonna do what you're gonna do. And I feel like I gotta balance my mental health too.
Okay.
Like I can't just stay and wait for someone to pick me up. So I found a way to do it. I put like my right foot hanging over my passenger seat, and then I just drive with my left.
Okay.
So like I'm kind of just chilling in my car.
Okay.
Like I'm actually a better driver with my left foot.
Do this. Do not reproduce this at home, or whatever they say in the movies.
Yeah, don't try this at home.
Yeah, don't try this.
Do as I say, don't do as I do.
Oh, that's another good one. Thank you.
So I'm able to get around now. I'm still able to go to the gym and stuff. So I'm just moving slower, but I'm still able to do stuff, which is so good for my mental health.
Oh yeah. Just
being active, just not staying stagnant for too long. But I feel like God kind of like allowed that to happen too. Just, hey, you need to chill for a little bit. My life is so chaotic that there's certain parts of my life that need growth that I've probably put to the back burner. Like I haven't read a book in forever, and now I'm reading more books, just kind of chilling out. So just learning to, hey, you could just chill and like relax,
Yes.
You don't always have to be go. And I feel like that's where I was before this accident, was just so caught up in the, I got to do this,
right,
that I forget to just kind of chill. So I'm trying. I'm still doing stuff, but it's more at a slower pace now.
Okay. So, I feel I kind of find myself in you too. Like growing up, it was kind of the same, but for me, like I had a busy family, so I didn't have time for friends. And then I was in the time where you only had like 300 texts a month in your like whatever plan you were, and when I went home, like our phones were like on a shelf, like we needed to help so much that it was like I didn't have time to hang out after school and stuff.
Yeah.
So, and like there were so many like different groups that I didn't fit in. That I was just like, like kind of the outcast too, but and I was made fun of, because whenever like I had to drop my brothers and sisters like to daycare and to their school before me going to high school, and so I would always get there right on time, and I would get there like running and sweaty and red, and everybody was like, "Oh, did you go to a sauna before school?" And I was like, I don't have time for this.
Like, don't even start. You don't know my morning.
It was crazy and awful, but also, I mean, it's the way it was. But I didn't have a lot of friends, but I don't want to say that I didn't have friends per se. I think I just didn't take the time to have friends. But I always loved people like you, and I always loved, like, I was always interested.
Like want to be in the scene.
Yes. But so you were kind of like, you were coolish. You were one of the cool kids, but like that didn't really fit in, and you had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But what about relationships?
Relationships, like, during high school, I had like a high school sweetheart. Okay. And you know, everyone has their little first heartbreak, and you're just like, oh, I'm never going to do this again. And that, you know, that happens to everyone at a young age. You just get to experience that. But like I've been in and out of relationships through my 20s and stuff, some long term, some short. Still haven't met the right person yet. Okay. But I feel like I'm still doing a lot of growth myself. Like I say, I want a good wife. I want this, you know, we have this vision of what we want for our lives. But I'm like, am I that person that is ready to steward that blessing, you know? And so I've really just been kind of taking the attention off of like looking and just growing. You know, I feel like the right person comes into your life when you least expect it. You hear it like so much, and everyone's like, oh, it's so cliche, but really the more you look, the less you find, like in anything. Sometimes you try so hard for something to happen, whether it's a job or, you know, life goals, and it almost like it's like gravitational pull. And when you stop making that the center of your life, all of a sudden these blessings start popping up. So I've been trying to just retrain myself just to think that way. Be thankful for what I have. Be thankful that I have the freedom that I have now to, you know, I could come do a podcast on a Saturday with you. Like and you're doing it with the kid. Like, you know, it's a lot more like I could have a whole family and I can't actually go that day. And so I got to be thankful for that. So yeah, no kids, relationships. I'm thankful for them. I feel like you grow with each relationship that you go through. If you choose to.
Oh, yes.
You know, you can choose to just make the other person bad or that was that. But I feel like there's something I've always like changed about myself after like looking back. Because if you don't reflect, like you're going to just literally repeat the same cycle. Right. So it's like, okay, Josh, like maybe you could have been a better listener, or maybe, you know, you could have done things a little different. But not like focus so much on that and make that like I'm the problem type thing.
Yeah, and see, it's funny because I don't know how you felt growing up, but for me, like I didn't actually have a lot of boyfriends growing up, and I think also because I was scaring them.
Yeah.
Because
in what way?
I feel like I never had the time.
Yeah.
And so every time that I would like date for 5 minutes, I would be like, okay, so I want to get married, I want to have 5 kids, I want to do this, I want to do that, and they're like, hey, all right, you know what? It's not gonna work, you know. And also I was so like I was a mini adult growing up, and I had to take care of my brothers and sisters and help with the bills and stuff. And I never, in any of my relationship, I was never like chilling or really enjoying. I always was talking like an adult, and so it's rough when I look back at some of the relationships I had and the stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is so cringy. But
it's hard. It's so hard to navigate because you don't want to waste your time either.
Nope.
And especially like now, like even now in my age, like I don't want to waste 2 years. Another 2 years of my life and then thinking, maybe. You know, I kind of want like to lead with my core values now. Right. Whereas in the past, I'm like, well, we don't really agree on like a lot of these things, but she's chill. Like we're a good time. We have fun. And I feel like it's hit or miss because sometimes you do work through those things and it does. But
before meeting my husband, I had a lot of those like guys that just wanted a one-off or something. And it's like, that's not what I want. So it was like, and it's funny you said that because very long story short, because for those of you who watch every episode of this podcast, I already talked about how I met Joshua, but I will give you another sneak peek if you haven't. And so I feel like do you say the nemesis, like the beginning of it was I lived at my parents, and I was I was a mini mom for my brothers and sisters. But one day, like, was a terrible day. My dad was super mad. He left with my brother. La la la. It was a whole like shebang, and I took like my sister's defense towards my stepmother, and she didn't like it. She hit me, and she told me that if I didn't like it, I could leave. And that morning, I had gone to the bakery before, like, to get the breakfast, and my jacket was still on the couch. And when she hit me, I saw my jacket, and she said, "Leave." And my brain was like, "Leave, just go." And so I was like,
like an impulse decision, like fight or flight.
And I was never a rebel. Like I always listened. I was the really nice listening kid, you know, and all that good stuff. And I left, and that was the beginning of a new life, because when I left, all of a sudden, like, I was in politics too, like different life. But a colleague of mine in my political party there, he knew that it was a little complicated at home. So he was like, "Yeah, if you ever need help, you can always come and stay with me." No. And that day, it so happened that he was helping someone move, so he had a moving truck. And so he was like, "Well, if you want, we can come pick up your stuff." And all of a sudden, from one day to another, I was out of my parents' home.
Wow. How old were you?
I was 20. I was just going to turn 25.
Okay.
And so... yes, because then very long story short, I ended up moving alone. We'll just bypass that. I ended up moving alone in my studio, and then I'm driving to because I wasn't finishing my bachelor, and so I was driving to my internship, and I heard that Britney Spears was ending her residency in Vegas, and I've been a fan since I'm 6, and so I was like, I've been wanting to go, but I was helping my parents financially, so I couldn't do it. But since I was living alone, I already was able to put money aside, so I was like, I am gonna go.
It's Britney. Woo!
Yes. And so I ended up going to the one before the last concert in Vegas. I went alone, and I bought my tickets. I bought everything. I went for a week. And then I had told my brothers and sisters, well, when I go to Las Vegas, I'm gonna marry an American. Yeah. And they were like, yeah, right. And so I went in line, and I was like, the concert was at 9 p.m. and at 9 a.m. I was in line waiting already, and the guy in front of me started talking to me, and he was a real fan, and he was like, and all of a sudden I realized I wasn't a real fan, because I only knew like her birthday and that she liked to drink Sprite. And that was basically it. But he
was like a diehard.
Oh my God, he knew the names of all the dancers and the like color of her underwear and Toxic. And it's like, okay, no, this is okay. Crazy. And I was like, oh yeah, haha, me too. And I was so lost, and all of a sudden this girl behind me started to talk to us too, and she was from Albuquerque, and she said, "Oh, I came here with my best friend. He drove with me here, but he's not going to go in the concert." And came her best friend with spoiler alert, was Joshua, my future
shout
husband.
out Joshua.
I know, and I saw him, and I was like, oh my God, I had long blonde hair. I had a work bitch hat. I had fake eyelashes, black lipstick, leather skirt. I was like,
the whole Britney outfit.
Oh my God. And so I didn't dare to talk, because I was like, if you talk, he's gonna realize you're not English speaking and la la la. So I was
like, in your head a little bit.
And I was like laughing at everything you would say, and I was like, and then I had black lipstick. That was the worst mistake of my life. I kept having like lipstick on my teeth. It was the worst. Really. But long story short, he didn't go to the concert, but funny enough, like I went in with her, and we kept in touch, and after the concert we went to drink something,
like meet up somewhere after.
Yeah, but I only had money for like the concert and the rental and like a burger a day, but that was it. So I was like, yeah, I'm not thirsty. I'm okay. And we stayed in touch after that, but the more I was contacting him, the less he was answering me after that. And so we lost touch. A lot of bad stuff happened in my life during that time frame, and then that was in December, and then came my birthday in June. He wished me happy birthday on Facebook, and then we stayed in touch, and we never stopped talking.
That's cool.
His birthday is in August, and by then we were like, we need to see if this is real.
Yeah.
And so I came for the balloon fiesta.
Cool.
And then the rest is history. We stayed in touch, and then he came to visit me in Belgium, and then he asked me to marry him, and then I moved here. And,
that's cool.
But all that to say that, by the way, in line of the concert, I asked him if he wanted to marry me, and he said no. So I did try, but he said no.
I respect you shooting your shot.
Right. But we still got married. But so all that to say that at that point, when I moved, when I was kicked out of my parents and I started living alone, for once, when I saw that she was going to stop her residency, I was like, fuck it. So far, my whole life, I've lived for others.
Right.
I've helped my parents. I did so much. Now it's time to do something for me.
Yes.
And by doing that, I met my husband.
That's so cool.
And so
that's just a perfect example.
Yes.
Of just like, it's so hard too, because when people are dependent on you, you feel responsible for them, but then you lose your own individuality.
Yes.
You lose your own life, your own needs, your own ambitions kind of take the shelf. And that's so crazy. The one time you just went out there, and shout out to Britney Spears.
I know, right?
For bringing couples together.
I tried to contact her on social media and say, hey, la la la. But of course, she must get so much shit and stuff that it's like, never mind. But
that's such a cool story. I love hearing stories like that.
So you never know. Honestly, that's why I like to tell people too is travel, go get out of your comfort zone. And like my favorite movie is Yes Man with Jim Carrey. I just love that movie because I love to, take example of that. Like do something different, like try something else and don't just stay in your lane and just be like, no,
Who's going to be there? Like everyone that's,
Did you ever travel? In your life?
I haven't been out of the country. I'm going to go to Japan in October.
Oh, cool.
So that's my first time leaving the country.
Okay.
But I traveled a lot. Like in my college years, we'd go to all the music festivals. Nice. I just love that scene because I'm so social. Yeah. And it was just so cool meeting people. But yeah, I still do stuff by myself, like purposely. And it's so rewarding. Every time I do something by myself, I end up meeting a new friend that I wouldn't if I was with another friend. Like, hey, what are you doing here? You're just more likely to just start conversation. Right. Like sometimes I would just go snowboarding by myself, go to Taos by myself. Some of my best friends now I met like that day, just out there, like seeing people do tricks. And I'm like, yo, can I kick it with you guys? Then you just make new friends and you just don't know. Like we're so comfortable in our bubble. We're so comfortable, but there's a whole other life out there. There's whole other opportunities out there. And it's cool. Like the whole life experience. Like if you think about it, like the options are endless. You could do whatever you want. Yes. Like you can try like your best to just put yourself out there and do what you want, do what you feel, do what you like. If you have a passion or like if you really like Britney Spears, like save up and maybe like don't buy a vape this week and just save up like, $10 a week. Or I'm not saying like you can't do it. There's always a way. You can figure it out. Like the fact that you came all the way from Belgium to here at that age and you came by yourself? Yes. See, that's so cool. I'm terrified to go to other countries by myself just because of the language thing, but that's something I need to do. That's something I want to do. One day.
You have to. And I just, now that I think about it, it sounds a little crazy, but I rented a car and I stayed for a week. And the thing is, so I came to the US for 2 weeks. I stayed for a week in Vegas, and then I flew to St. Louis, Missouri to meet Kaylee. If you listen to this episode, I love you, sister. She's my American sister, I call her. So we met in South Korea because when I went for the week for the commemoration, you were mixed with grandchildren from veterans from other countries. And so in my team, there's Kaylee. She was from America, and she still is from America. And we spent a week together, and it just bounded us so much. She's such an incredible person. But it's getting me emotional. No, wow. Okay. And I went to see her, and I met her grandpa because her grandpa was a veteran too.
That's like what connected you guys?
Yes. And that was so emotional because it was my grandpa. It's my grandpa through my stepmother, but I still love him so much. I was going to say I loved him so much, but he passed. So when I went for the commemoration, it was crazy, because it's like he was not there anymore. So, but I got to meet her grandpa, and that was so insane. And so those 2 weeks were just like mind blowing to me, but when I went, like I asked all my friends at the time to come with me, and nobody wanted to come, and that's fine, you know, that's okay. But then I was like, at first I was like, oh, should I go? And I was like, no, go, you know.
I love
and
that.
I remember being in the rental and, you know, like driving the strip in Vegas and be like, oh my God, this is crazy, you know, and be like, oh, remember this moment.
Talk about insane. A culture shock.
Yes. And then I was, you know, and even that night when I met Joshua, like at some point I was like, hey, I'm going to go after the concert when we were not drinking. I was like, I'm going to go because tomorrow I'm going to the Grand Canyon. And it was like a 4-hour drive, but I was alone. So it was 4 hours to go, but 4 hours to drive back the same day. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go. And I went, and I remember driving there and seeing all the like the loose tires and broken stuff on the side of the road. And every time I was like, please, please, I don't want to die. Please, please. And so, and just, going there. And I stayed at the Grand Canyon for probably like 7 minutes because I just went, I took a picture and I drove back because it was just like,
you're like, all right, gotta go. It's going to get dark.
Yes.
Take a selfie.
But it was so cool. And you have to try those experiences.
Yeah,
and
you'll never forget those.
No.
You'll never forget that.
Yes. So please, I encourage you to do that.
Yeah, our audience too. It's like, just put yourself out there. Take risks. Take risks. What's the worst that can happen? You just learn something.
Yes.
You know, and most of the time it's rewarding.
The world is so beautiful too. You know, there's so many things to see and to do, and I'm so excited.
Yeah,
I'm just like
putting yourself out there. It's hard.
It is.
It seems so easy. Like, just put yourself out there, but it's hard.
It's hard.
People can't do stuff by themselves, and it's not good. I feel like we should all embrace each other. It's such a big web. Like, how many people exist in the world? Like 2 billion or something. Like, imagine how many opportunities and friendships you could have out there.
Oh yes, and
you know,
like one of the things that too is I went to concerts alone. Also, well, good and bad things. I didn't have, like I told you, a lot of friends, and I'm not saying that to have pity. I really didn't. But I love going to concerts, and so I was like I went to Keisha, like to so many, but Keisha was one of the ones that I just like.
Don't stop, make the party rock. Da, 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 da. That song, that was a summer jam.
Yes.
That's the only Keisha song I can think.
I'm sure you know more, but yeah, of course, it's crazy, but no. And so I went to see her, and it's funny because when you go alone to a concert, people tend to just let you through. You know, all of a sudden you're like, hey, I'm almost at the front. So it's crazy, but it's so much fun. And then you can I love singing, but I'm really bad at it. And so, you know, you can sing and nobody
let
gives
it out.
you crap.
Yeah.
So no, it's like life is so short. It's so short, and it's such a cliche thing to say, but it is, and you know, you have to just enjoy it. And I love that you go to festivals and stuff. And
I haven't in a while, but I want to for sure.
Maybe we'll make a little group, because Sonia, I don't know if you're watching this, but if you are, maybe we'll make a little group and we'll all go to Tomorrowland next year.
Dang, that's an excursion,
right? And we'll just export our podcast and do a collab
do live podcast.
Yes. That would be so cool.
So what made you, like, have you always kind of wanted to do something like this? Or did it kind of just like come out of the blue?
So
what inspired you to just go all in with this?
Well, and I want to know it for you too. After,
and I'm sorry, this is your podcast.
No, it's fine because I want to dive into yours too. But it's funny because when you talked earlier about the cameras, I don't know about like you, how often your parents would film you, but my dad used to film us a lot. And so it's funny because he would make like those like over the year video where he would have like this questionnaire. And I remember seeing myself like when I was like 5 or 6, and he's like asking like, you know, the expressions and say, hey, like, what does it mean? What do you think it means? And it was like in French, we say like having a green hand, and it's like a green thumb in English. But it's like, you see my dad asking the 6-year-old me, what do you think it means to have a green hand? And I'm like,
and he's recording you?
Yeah. And it's like, well, you put your hand in green paint and then you have a green hand.
That's so cool. Just catching those moments of how you think, how you process things.
And like other stuff, and you know, like where I always was trying to be like a little like reporter in a way. Like I had like my own show, and I had even a song for it, and it's called Telesha, and I was singing la la la. It's crazy. And we were always doing like spectacle, like shows for my parents and stuff. And so I feel like I always wanted to, like, even growing up, then I was like, damn, when YouTube came out, I was like, I wanted to, but I've been super scared my whole life of what people would think of me. And that was, I think,
That's
worst.
a tough one to overcome.
Yes, thing that always like stopped me and was like, oh, I'm gonna be ridiculed, or I was already bullied, so I was like, hey, don't hand the baton to be hit with, hit with. I was like, I'm good, ma'am, and so so I think, and then so again, if you've been listening, I've said that already, but no, so I for the longest time, I wanted to start something, even if it was a YouTube channel, like a vlogging or something.
Yeah.
I love talking. I mean, at this point, you kind of probably noticed that. But I was always scared of what my family would think.
Yeah.
And especially my dad.
You're speaking without them in the room. It's a whole different you.
Right. And like I say, don't take my word for it, like about my childhood and everything that I went through. It's my point of view. It's how I lived it. My dad or my brothers and sisters, they're probably going to have a different point of view, and that's fine. I'm not, by any means, I'm not saying I'm lying, but it's how I lived everything. And so, and it doesn't mean my dad is a bad person or a good person, or my mom is a good or bad. Like, it just means that I'm just telling the story how I lived it. And that's why I want to encourage people to also be okay with, because these past few years, I feel like with my sisters, we've been opening up to my dad about the abuse, about the verbal abuse and the traumatic stuff we went through, and he's not really open to hear it or listen. And at some point, not too long ago, I realized he was never going to change. And so I was like, why am I stopping like a dream I have because of something that he's never gonna he's never gonna accept, or
you can't put your life on hold.
Yes. And so I was like, you know what? Flip it, because I feel like my story can help other people. Yeah. And also, most of all, I'm so interested in other people's lives, and I want to hear and I want to share. And so I was like, no, I'm just gonna go for it. And I was lucky enough that after 2 episodes where it's funny because at first, and I want to hear your stories too, but my husband was supposed to film the podcast, and the first episode we were blurry for some reason, and so my husband is a professional. That's always the case with the first episodes. And my husband is a professional videographer, photographer, so mind you, I was like, hey, it's okay, I won't put that pressure on you, let's not do that. And then I was looking out for like studios and stuff, and that's how I found Lester. Yeah. And his studio, right? This is insane, and I've always had so much it was so hard for me to look at myself, and I feel like this just makes it so beautiful. I'm just so excited. I love this so much, and now the adventure is started, but so
it just takes off on its own.
Right back at but see, I'm.
You just got to start. That's the problem. Like just hitting the start button. Once you hit start, you just keep going, and then you get better. Like it doesn't have to be perfect right off the rip. No. Like, and I look back at my first episodes, and I was like, this sounds good. This is good. And then I'm like, dang, I sound horrible. I can't even hear my voice. Like I didn't have mics. Like our first episode was just an iPhone. Yeah. Picking up the room like that, and we just did it.
Yeah, you started.
But people, they watch it for you. They want like that. The reason I watch podcasts is like they get a relationship with you. They get to see you grow. They get to see your point of views. I think that's the real reason why people tune in. So like if it is a little blurry, like it'll get better. Like, and this is a great setup you got. Like I love this. I was actually a little nervous because of this light, kind of intimidating.
It's so
but this is a really nice studio. This is really cool. And I would just encourage you just to stay consistent. Don't stop. It doesn't have to be it doesn't have to. Sometimes we overwhelm ourselves with like, I got to do this every Monday, and if I don't, it's going to be a failure. If you can do that and not be overly stressed, do it. But like at the same time, just keep doing it. Like I haven't done a podcast in like a month, but I still have a podcast. I'm still going to put them out. Right. I'm not a failure. Like life happens, and the people who support you they're gonna ride with you. Like it doesn't matter. So yeah, I say just keep going. Yeah. Just keep and the more, it's so crazy because like with me, like where I'm at in life, I'm not in the scene as much as I used to be. I don't go out as much. I'm not like in. Yeah. So it's cool to bring the scene to me with my studio. Get to like bring people that are artists I know you just had Frankie on, like I'm a good friend of Frankie's, like people like that, that I'm still good friends with just, from this alone.
Right.
You become a friend. Like after talking to someone for 2 hours, I've never had someone that I was like, oh my gosh, I never talking to that person again.
I know, right?
It's always good. You know, I mean, some guests are harder than others, but you get to see who they are.
Yes.
And you honestly have more in common than you don't.
Yes, that is true. That is true. And that's what I want to also like share is that we have more in common with everybody than we think.
Yeah.
And sometimes we're like we get like stuck into our own ways and, you know, being mad at traffic or we're always the idiot of someone else on the road. But or, you know, like even in the store, it's like, oh my God, let me get to the fastest line and get out of here and stuff like that. But like most of the time, the most interesting conversation I've had is just like waiting in line for a cashier and the lady in front or like behind me being like, hey, you know, just and you start a genuine conversation and then it's already time to leave, but you're like, hey, okay, yeah, well, it was nice to meet you, bye. And it's crazy. Just take the time to talk to your neighbor, talk to your friend, and
we forget that people are humans.
Yes.
Like we just look at them as like bots. Like we're just going through life. They're not real. Like every person grew up. Yes. Like everyone has their own crazy story. Like every person in line with you in traffic, they're all going through experiencing life differently. You like can't like forget that, because I think we just think of people as like nuisances or that person is just annoying. I'm never gonna you know, pay them attention, but they probably just got a divorce or something and they're just having a bad day.
Right. Or except my grandfather, he's you know.
Yo,
you can
shout
always
out.
use him. Except for him.
Shout out, not shout out.
All right. No, so can you please take us back? Because it's funny, I moved here in 2019. So when it kind of like clicked to me when you said you started your podcast in 2019. So how did you, so did you always think that you were going to start a podcast, and what got you there?
So I'm going to take you way back. And it's kind of similar to your story when I was a kid. So my dad always worked. He was always working. And so he wasn't home a lot. So my mom, from my dad, would record us a lot just to have memories and stuff for him to have. And so I think that was my first click with like, oh, cameras are cool. Like we could do shows, like you said, and just perform and like dances in the living room, stuff like that. I think that was the first like intriguement of wanting to do something similar. And I think the podcast world got introduced to me maybe like a couple years before I started. I think it was in 2014.
Okay.
I was still in college, and I was really in the music scene. And Kid Cudi, he's always been my favorite rap artist since I was like in high school. And so anything he did, any interviews he did on YouTube, I was always watching. And he did a podcast. I think he did it with Joe Rogan or something. He did a podcast with Joe Rogan, and I was like, Kid Cudi, he's talking for 3 hours. This is sick. Like that doesn't exist. And then I was like, whoa, this is cool. Like podcasting, like this, people talk. And then that kind of interested me into doing it. And so I'm trying to think. So 2019.
It's funny
it's so crazy to take yourself back there, because I'm trying to think of like, you know, who I was as a person, where I was at in life. I was just wanting to be adventurous. Like me and my cousin at the time, we were both single. I think we both went through like a breakup. Okay. And so we were both like, you know, each other's buddies, like, hey, let's just go do this. Like we were just keeping ourselves busy. Like we did the float tank, you know, those deprivation tanks.
Yes.
So so the day we started the podcast, we went on like a huge hike. After that, we're like, dude, do you want to try the float tank? So we like both did that. We had like this zen.
Oh, it's crazy because
this crazy chaotic
I've heard
day.
stories of people like go full on depression after going in one of those.
Really? Yeah. Well, yeah, you think you have an idea of what you want to work through, and then it just like podcasting, your mind takes a different.
Yes.
But it's healthy though sometimes.
Oh yes, no.
You work through it, but we just felt impulsive and we're just like, let's do a podcast. Nice. Let's just make a YouTube channel. I named it like on the spot.
Okay, that was the name that it's today still?
Yeah, it's always been against the grain. I was just trying to think of like how I live life. Like what is something that I embody? Like I think going against the grain is just so cool. It's so cool to just break social norms. It's so cool it's like what I want to be in life is to be against the grain. Like not being a follower, being a leader, being joyful whenever others aren't, you know, trying to be a light in a way. It was kind of my way of like embracing being a light in this world. And we pressed record. It was chaotic. I think our conversation was all over the place, and we uploaded it. And I think at the time it was like this sweet spot where no one in Albuquerque was really like, this is way pre-COVID. So everyone has a podcast now, kind of now. But at the time, all my friends are like, what is this? So everyone kind of jumped on and was just curious, like, what's Josh up to? What's he doing? And so I think it started off just like as my friends and just people in my circle that were just probably curious. And when we started the podcast, it was just me and a co-host. So me and my cousin. So like our first 10 episodes or 12 episodes are just me and him.
Oh, nice.
And I did that on purpose. It was kind of my call because I wanted the world or our audience to see who we were first.
I see.
You know, like who we are, our relationship, who's Josh. Because it's kind of hard to talk about yourself a lot when you have guests. Like sometimes it goes back and forth, but you kind of want to put a spotlight on them. And so we did that. We started bringing in guests, and my cousin ended up getting married and started having kids, and his life got crazy. And luckily I asked him, can I still do this? You know, I really like what we're doing.
Yes.
I'm having fun with it. And he was cool with it. He's still, we're still really close. And then it just kind of took off from there too. Me just reaching out to different people. I don't have like a system. Like I know some people schedule through email and do all this crazy stuff. I, like you, like just reach out through Instagram. I'm pretty, that's how I reach out to people. Or in person too. Like if I'm out and I'm having fun somewhere, I'm at a concert, I'll like go talk to them and be like, dude, let's follow me on Instagram. Let's talk. This is cool. So the guests kind of choose themselves. Yeah, that's the way I see it. Or like it's someone that I just feel like talking to that week, so that's the cool part is you get to handpick your guests. And I don't know, it's worked out so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have some type of guest you have, or that you like to have like sometime? I feel like we have a similar podcast in the sense that conversational, but like for me, I like to say that I don't target like people with like a lot of followers, or it's for everybody. Like I want to talk to everybody literally because famous people, they already have their platforms and stuff. And so do you have like a certain type, or is it open to anybody?
I really respect that about you because I'm the same way. Like if you look at my mission statement, it's like on Instagram, I think it's pinned, like you don't have to be selling a brand. You don't have to be like promoting something or clothing, or you don't have to. If you do, that's cool. But like we represent the underground, like the people, just genuine people that exist. Like I'll bring on a friend. They don't have to have 6,000 followers on Instagram or something. It's more just authentic people that I think are fun to talk to. Right. So I really like that you do that, because I think it's gonna show. And people that are just normal, like they deserve a spotlight too.
Yes.
Not everyone is like has to be. We live in the social media world where we just automatically assume people's lives. Right. And, I've had people on with like 100 followers on Instagram that are like, end up being the coolest podcast ever.
Yes. And we all have crazy stories. And you don't have to have like a company or a restaurant or whatever to have a story that's deserving to be shared. Sure. And most of us go through life without being famous or being known, but we went through so much stuff that, and that's also my mission statement in a way too, is for people to realize that you're not alone. Because I feel like, especially now with social media, we all feel like we're living our stuff, and it's like just us, and everybody else is so successful, right? And we're just a failure and going through life and trying to do our best. But man, it's all of us. Yeah. All of us going through the same stuff. And let's support each other and stuff.
For sure. And I like how your guests are so different. I really like that, because it is easy to just fall into, like me personally, I love MMA, like fighting. Like I'm a big wrestler, fight fan. So like the inner me just wants to interview fighters, because I can talk. It's so easy for me,
which is okay too.
Yeah, and that happens. But I like to change it up and challenge myself. Like I'll get an artist on. I don't know that much about art, but I'm curious, and I think the more you stay curious, the better the podcast is going to be. Right? Because everyone has different points of views and values, and I think just communicating through that is so healthy.
Oh, yes.
It's such a healthy thing. Like, I'll purposely get people on that have nothing in common in. And I'm like, all right, Josh, you're going to figure this out, sink or swim. And it always works out. It always ends up being a friendship. And then I have a different point of view too. I'm like, okay, like maybe I was stereotyping or something that I didn't think about. And they're actually just, you know, a chill person.
Yeah. And that's so amazing because we have to also show people that it's okay to talk to people that don't have, the same opinion as you. Like, and I think about religion, for example, because for me, like you were mentioning, you're religious, and I respect that. I'm not.
Yeah. But
I love talking to people that also are not the same as me because I don't pretend to know it all.
Right.
You know, or to have I like to say I'm like it's I'm not the Bible or whatever. Like I don't have all the right answers.
Right. And no one does.
But that's why I'm like, it's so interesting to talk to people that don't have the same point of view as you. And like, I invite you to do the same, you listeners and you too, but I mean, I know you do already, but you know, even people that don't have the same like political views as you or anything, like you think that, you know, you want to try, I don't know, golfing or doing something else, like, get interested in people that do and try to, you know, do other things. Growing up, I was that person that thought it's either black or white and it's either good or bad. And growing up, I'm like, hey, it's not like that.
It's not at all like that.
It's not like that.
You realize, like, as you grow older, it's complete opposite almost.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of gray. Everything's blended.
Yes. So, and you know, I wrote that, but it's funny how you mentioned first off camera earlier that your first episode was like filmed in your kitchen, right? And it looked like you were in a hospital room and stuff. But you know, like the first podcast out there right now, Joe Rogan, he likes to also say that his first episode were filmed on a laptop with one of those like whatever bubble filters.
Oh yeah, it had like a snow filter on it, something so crazy.
Yes, and you know, and he's who he is today. But I mean, you know, and I tried to tell my husband too, because at the time, yes, he started like with like low key, but at the same time he was already Joe Rogan, you know, and he was already, didn't he, like at the time he had already done like Fear Factor.
Fear Factor was like what he was mainly known for. I didn't know he was a comedian.
No, me neither.
Like, I was like, wait, what? That's his main gig?
But he didn't start from being a nobody, kind of like us, you know, so
he
it's like, okay,
had friends that were up there, all the fighters.
But I also love his chill, like the way how chill he is about his guests, and so I wanted to ask you, do you have a time on your podcast? Like, do you record for a certain time or?
I usually keep it to like an hour and a half, an hour. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of works out like that.
Okay, because.
Like, I don't have like a limit. Like if the conversation's flowing and I'm not going to be like, oh, it's been an hour and a half. We gotta. So it just depends on the vibe. But usually some guests start getting exhausted like around a little over an hour.
See, for me, like it makes me not mad. That's maybe exaggerating a little, but some of the podcasts I love to listen to, and most of them are in French, but every time they hit the like hour mark, they're like, all right, let's just wrap it up. And they were talking about something super cool. And I'm just like, no, just keep going. Come on, you know?
I do that. I mean, I don't do that, but I kind of do it like from an hour and a half. But my thing is like, you could come back. Like we could still talk, you know? I'll bring guests back on and we'll chat it up.
Yeah.
But I prefer long form too. Like you, like 2-3 hours, like I could talk all day.
Yeah.
Because that's like, after the hour and a half, that's when the good stuff comes out.
That's when you get the crispy.
That's when you really get to see who someone is and how they think. And when you run out of your little planned cues that you're going to say, your small talk cues, it's like, okay, what else is in you?
Yeah, and that's when people get like more, even me, you know, I always start the episode by, hey, bonjour, la 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 la. And then it's like, you get more chill, you move the mic, you're like, all right, let's have this, you know, let's get deeper.
Talk about our family trauma.
And it's funny because, for example, like, I didn't tell you that, Frankie, I don't know if you listened to this episode, but after Frankie's episode, I felt a little weird because I was like, hey, this was different because But the thing is, Frankie didn't have any childhood trauma, and he had a really he had an amazing childhood, and his parents are still together, and it was and it was the first guest that I encountered that had that for a childhood,
right?
But then I realized I was like, but it's okay.
Yeah.
You don't have to have encountered trauma to have an interesting life, first of all, but also, to be like a good, to just grow and have things to say. And by any means, he had a lot of super interesting things to say. But yeah, so, like you, I feel like I learned from every guest, and that's an amazing journey. So how many episodes do you have out so far?
I believe I am on episode 98.
Wow.
So I'm almost at 100. Yeah, it's crazy. I promised my audience that when I hit episode 100, I'm going to release it on all platforms.
Nice.
I wanted to stay YouTube exclusive just because I like the video part of it and people to get familiar with the brand, the studio, the face, because I know a lot of people that listen to Spotify, it's just audio.
Yes, but you know what? I think it's big. I think you can upload video there now.
I just found that out too. Yeah, so that'll be good.
Yes.
And so that's the thing I have to just work through and do, because I've been saying it and I didn't think it was gonna come up as quick. But I can't tell you how many guests are like, when are you gonna put it on Spotify? Like so I'm looking forward to that.
Yes.
Episode 100, that'll be fun.
Do you know who it's gonna be already?
Gonna get Joe Rogan, just come chill. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you know what? You never know,
Yeah.
Joe, if you're listening.
I don't know yet. I hope it's a good guest. I might even make it sentimental and bring someone really close to me.
Yeah.
Do something like that. Might even interview my parents or something together. So I don't know which route I want to go. Get a big guest, like a big fighter or something like that, or we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's exciting. I feel
can't
like
it's still being thought about.
No, for sure. And then it's the build up a little. It's getting there, but not
We'll have
quite.
balloons. We're going to have circus things. It's going to be crazy. No.
Heck yeah. Make it with well, I know you said earlier you were not a fan of maybe having a public there, but maybe you could.
Oh, yeah. Inviting all my guests.
Right.
And then doing it that would be crazy.
I know that's what I thought about at some point too. So if you want to be part of it, you can inquire to be a guest. But I was like, oh my God, you can do a garden party with
that would be sick.
all the guests and stuff.
Marie+All.
Right.
And then have everyone, all the guests. That would be cool. Because it's a community. You're building a community.
Is.
Everyone is all connected through you now. And so you can do whatever you want with it. I need to do that more. I'm not a good planner.
Well, you know what? It's going to come to you.
And stuff, but I do know people that love it. So I might utilize those people.
I was going to say, so it's been 6 years.
Yeah.
And, but you said you were not on and off, but kind of not being too
super
accurate.
lax with it.
Yes. Where do you see your podcast go?
Honestly, I hope I just keep having fun with it. I'm going to keep going until I stop having fun. I don't have an incentive, a money incentive or followers. I just want my friend group to just keep growing, and people it's kind of therapeutic just to even talk and get stuff out. It's good for me. So my goal is just to keep having fun with it. I have so much fun with it. It would be great, if more people subscribed and we just continue to grow the community and stuff. That would be cool. I know a lot of people watch videos, but they don't subscribe. Subscribe. It helps us local channels out. And, one day maybe get monetized or something like that. That would be cool.
I was going to say, are you monetized at all or not yet?
No, I think you need, someone explained it to me. So you need over 30 hours of video, which we got that right away. I feel or we'll have that. And then I think you need 1,000 subscribers. I think that's what someone told me, but I don't know. I could be way wrong.
I think they changed and they have, because I have that, right here, and I think it's it's crazy.
It's to get monetized is pretty challenging.
Earn T22 on, because there's different one for eligibility for, I don't even know what it would be. You need 3 video uploaded. Okay, we both hit that, but then you need 500 subscribers. I'm not there on that one. I have 44 subscribers. Let's and I love you all. I love you all. And then, or you can have 3 million views on shorts for the last 90 days and 3,000 subscribers for the last 3,000 watch hours for the last 365 days. Or there's another one, you need 1,000 subscribers,
right
4,000 watch hours.
Okay.
For the last year, and 10 million short views in the last 90 days. I am far from.
That's where I'm lacking is the shorts. I do a lot of Instagram reels. It's kind of, or TikTok.
But you can upload them on there too, though.
I know. I need to. That's something. That's another thing.
So
that I feel will take
okay.
off.
So that was going to be my question. So you have been doing this by yourself for 6 years. Then you started with your cousin at first, but it's just you.
Yeah, it's just me.
I feel the pain. I feel your struggle. I mean, and I'm lucky. I have Lester that's doing all my
Making
the
sure I don't
videos.
have stuff on my face. Is my face super shiny?
Yeah, it's hot.
Oh, it's hot. Yeah. I was like, oh gosh, I look like a shiny little, like I just put lotion all over.
Glowing. Well, but I would be too, but I have foundation and stuff. It's really, but
I totally took us off topic, but
oh no, you look handsome. Please tell Joshua he looks handsome in the comments. And if you are interested,
oh my gosh,
interested in Joshua,
just subscribe. I'll be happy with
subscribe. Leave a comment and
support us.
Yes, and you never know. Maybe through me, you'll meet your +1.
Yeah. Never know.
So it's been just because for me, like, see, and it doesn't mean because I have a kid and stuff, like you also have a full-time job, so it's like we all have lives and it gets crazy, but man, I'm thinking I need another me, or I need someone that like can help me with the social media.
Oh yeah.
That's been a struggle because I feel like it can grow, but I'm not consistent enough in like sharing and all that stuff. I try so hard, but it's rough. So like ChatGPT is a good assistant for like descriptions and stuff that when it's already 11 p.m. and you're like, I need to share a reel tomorrow, but I don't know what I'm gonna write in the description, and it's like, hey Chat, can you help me? That helps a lot, but it's
That's a
rough.
good idea.
It's rough.
It is. It can. What I would recommend is just, and I can't tell you how many podcasters I've known that start off just have all this momentum, but they overwhelm themselves and burn out. And I would just recommend just find like a pace that you're comfortable with, and just stick with that, even if it's not as much, or maybe not like as much posts a week. And then when you feel good about it, then just because you don't want to make it like too much of a job either. You want to balance it.
Well, unless
but you want to work, you want to like grind, you want to put it out there. So I get that.
Is it eventually something that you want to live off of?
It would be cool. It would be cool to like have a full other career on top of mine, like a passion career. I think that's awesome. Like if someone can make money off their passion, that's like the dream. That's an American dream. Like make money off of doing what you love for fun. Like who doesn't want to do that? So yeah, I would be all for that.
I know I want to take the podcast on the road, and I just want to go and drive the US and just interview everybody. Sick. I mean, everybody deserves to have their story said, but also on top of it, just not just that, but I feel like especially now with like all the technology that we have, I want people to leave something behind, and say, hey, like my mom, my grandma, my uncle, my friend was on the podcast, and now they're gone because XYZ, but I have this little piece of them talking for however long they're gonna talk to me, but and be like,
we're so similar in that sense. Like, because my grandparents, like you wish you had more of them alive,
right?
And my grandparents, like they don't have a pot. Like I can't. There's not very much to attain, and so I'm just thinking, like not just about me, but like how cool would it be for my future kids to like watch me grow in life, and get to see like all the mistakes and things that carried me along the way. I just think that's so cool that we can do that. I wish I had that. So I'm kind of just trying to do that. And
selfishly, I do that also for my son, because like you said, exactly, like my mom passed away in 2019 when I moved here. In 2019. And but the thing is, I was not talking to her, and there's a lot there, but I wish I had known more about her, and I wish I could tell her too that I realize now that she wasn't a woman and trying to figure life out just like me, and and I wish I knew more and I could talk to her, and sadly she went through like so many different paths, but I think her main struggle in life was she wanted to be loved, and she had like different like men in her life. I think my dad was the love of her life, and she never really healed from that when they split. But
that's tough.
She always chased like that love that I don't think she ever like. Well, I don't know, that she never found it again. But like before she passed, she was in love with that man. That was like, it was a complicated situation. But before she died, my aunt asked her to like write something.
Cool.
And instead of writing something to me and my sisters and my brother, she just wrote to that man. And my aunt never let us read that, which maybe I'm grateful, because she said, you know, you don't want to read it. But I think it's probably was her last like try at, you know, her desperate try at love. And in a way I was like that too before I met my husband. I was so desperate to meet someone that, you know, I would only meet people that never matched my vibe or energy. And so I don't mean to like take this in a down direction, but you know, it's like, I
totally feel you on that. Like you just want to understand more, you know, understand and almost level with her in a way.
Yeah. And leave something behind. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you, but then I started journaling for my son. Like,
that's cool.
I wish I did more often, but I started writing to him. And, you know, like I started when I was pregnant saying, oh my God, I don't know. Cause funny enough, my due date was supposed to be July 21st and that's like Belgian National Day. So I was like, oh my God, it would be so cool. You have Belgian if you were born on July 21st, but no, he was born a week later, July 28th. But, you know, I started talking to him and, you know, and even, you know, saying, oh, I mean, I don't know when you're going to be born yet, but when you read this, obviously you're going to know when your birthday is. And, if you know, and little things, because like even my mom being dead, I don't have nobody. Well, my dad, but he doesn't remember a lot of stuff. So I don't know how I was when I was a baby.
Yeah. There's a lot of like missing pieces. You wish you could just kind of like sentimental value stuff.
So do that for your children. Write them. Write to them.
Important. Like write your life. It's hard, but like your kids and your grandkids, they're gonna be thankful that they got to see you in your youth, like here where you're at. Like how cool whenever your kid's 32 and he watches like this video of you and he's like, wow, that was mom.
I love you.
She was so cool.
Oh, thank you for saying that. We're not gonna go there. No, but see, like at first, even when I thought about who am I gonna interview,
who's your audience? Who's gonna be?
Yeah, and I thought I need to interview older people. You know, because they have so many crazy stories too, and like even my grandma and stuff. And unfortunately, my grandma is in Belgium, and I really wish. So there's that's so sad because like my grandma on my stepmother side, she lost her mind. She's not herself anymore, and she couldn't even like probably talk about her life. And that's so sad because she was such a vibrant person, and she like I would love to go with her to the store, because from her house to the store it was down the street. It was probably like, I don't know, the meter /
like a couple
feet
blocks
conversion. No, not even. It was just like,
right there.
Yeah, like 200 feet. And, but we would meet like 13 people, and it would take us like an hour and a half to get to the store because she knew everybody. And she would just like talk, and I would just like I love her so much. But unfortunately she like she's not there. And that's really, really, really rough, because I'm like, damn, I wish this existed when I was in Belgium, and I could have interviewed her and leave that behind. And you know, and even my other grandma, and I'm like, oh, I don't know when I'm gonna be able to go back to Belgium. But
you should do that. That would be really cool.
But see, so and same like I wish you had that with your grandparents. So are they still here or
no? I don't have no grandparents. They all passed away.
Sorry.
That was a tough one, losing my grandma and stuff. Cause my grandma, she took me in. She was cool. She was hip. She just got it. And I got kicked out of my parents when I was in college. I was just being just crazy. And so she took me in. And she was like my roommate through college. And we lived like, she had this cool house like right above Chiba Hut, like right around Chiba Hut. She was like my college roommate, like the coolest person ever. She was older, but she'd be like, you want to go to the casino? Like she was just down to do stuff. Like it reminds me so much of myself and in her. And so yeah, just like leaving that legacy behind, you realize like, what's life all about? What do you want? What's the purpose of this? Don't you want to leave something behind? Don't you want to leave your mark? Like it's good to have people to have memories of you, but like how cool to have you living like digitally. And I just wish I had that. So that's why I got both my parents on the podcast. I got both my siblings.
Nice.
Just all of them individually. Mm-hmm. And that was fun. I was the most nervous for those podcasts. Because you know them as a parent, but you're talking to them as a human being for 2 hours. You just get nervous because they know everything about you.
Right.
So I'm like, oh gosh, what is my mom going to call me out on?
Right.
You know, I can't get away with nothing.
So I was telling you before the episode, I don't watch anything like maybe minimum stuff on my guests because I want to really learn to know you now. But I can't wait to go watch those episodes. Though.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay. They're so supportive, and I'm thankful of that. And just hearing all their stories, everyone's so different. It's so crazy. We're all raised in the same house, but everyone just has their own path and went against the grain in their own way. Yes. And I just hope they continue to do that. And have their own perspective on something. Because don't forget that whenever you go through anything with anyone, there's always two sides of a story. Yeah. And there's or how many sides how many people there were, there's that many sides of stories. But you know what, I was remembering that from earlier. So it's funny because see, like for me, like growing up, like same as your parents, you know, I want to break the wheel. I want to break the circle. Yeah. But I'm so scared that by doing that with my son, he's going to want to rebel and just get back into the crazy stuff. Right. Because sometimes when they're too strict, it does the opposite. And so, but in your case though, your parents broke the circle and you're an amazing person. So it worked. Yeah. You know? I mean, there's a way to do it. I mean, I think like, and I'm not a parent, so it's hard to talk on this, but my parents, anytime they discipline me, one thing that I'm thankful for is they always explained why. Nice. So like I did get spanked like as a young kid. Like my dad would spank me if I acted up. Like I was probably deserved it. But after he would go in my room and be like, I didn't want to do that. Like you made me like I don't like doing this basically. You know, this is why you did it. I hope I never have to do it again. So just that open communication. Nice. I mean, they weren't perfect. There's, you know, there's crazy stories too. But I took all the good things and I choose to focus on those. And I think just explaining to kids, you know, like, hey, instead of just saying, no, you can't do this. Right. No, drugs are bad. Why? They're just bad. Explain why. Sure. Like, look, you might start off good. You think you have it. All of a sudden it has you consumed. Right. And you forget who you are. Like, explain the whole thing. Because kids, they lack wisdom in a way. And to me, wisdom is foresight, like the ability to see forward on your decisions, like instead of just acting out and then worrying about it later. Like, hey, if I do this and I continue to do this, it's going to lead to this. You have to kind of break it down, I feel like. Yeah, and then, I mean, like I told you, like when I was younger and it was like either black or white, I feel like when you have a younger mind, you think you know it all. Yeah, you do. But also you're challenged almost when you're told no or don't do this. Yeah. It's almost like, hey, like it's almost like not even voluntarily on your side, but you just want to actually do it. Yeah. So and kids are gonna rebel. I mean, I rebelled. I was, you know, I always question things, and my parents always say, "Why do you have to learn the hard way?" But I'm just such a curious person. I'm like, why? Like, if it doesn't make sense to me. Like, hey, don't touch that pan, it's hot. And I'm just like, I'm like, okay, I get it. So I took a little longer to get it, but I'm thankful for it. Because, you know, after getting burned so many times through life, you grow. You know, you water yourself in other ways. Everyone grows in different ways. And with me, it was just trial and error type stuff. Oh, yeah. I'm sure it was like that with you. Yeah, and I had that. It was hard with my brothers and sisters for me because, you know, you go through stuff and you don't want them to go through the same stuff because you went through it and it's like, hey, I know it's going to hurt you. Don't do that. Yeah. And they don't listen, of course. And then they're like, oh, yeah, you're right. But there's so many things that you have to learn by yourself, unfortunately. You have to. Yeah. And I see that with my son, like, even like, oh my God, I'm so overprotective. It's terrible. and like when we go to like a park or something, I have to like photo him everywhere. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fall. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And my husband, Joshua, is like, you have to let him also like give him some space and let him fall. He's going to fall a little bit. But I don't want him to. I know. That's so tricky. Like, I can't imagine how hard that could be because you don't want to baby them too much and then they, like, don't know how to socialize. But but you also don't want to let them just act crazy. And I think it's just a day by day thing.
Right.
And just love them. Like that's not, just stay involved in their life, be there for them. He's going to be a good kid. How do you say his name again?
Jean-Pierre.
Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
Heck yeah. I'm stoked for you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to be hitting you up for advice when if I have a kid. I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do. My kid's crazy.
Yes, please do. Because, people, and it's right. Like you need a village.
Yeah.
But sometimes your village is just you and your partner, and my case, it's his family is here, but they work a lot, and we they do their best. They're there as much as they can, but it's mostly us, and
getting him exposed to the world.
Yeah, it's rough.
And
it's
then
hard.
You guys don't have a lot of family here, or does your husband have a lot of family here?
A little bit, but they're busy a lot. They work full time, and they're there whenever. Like now we needed them because my husband, like Joshua, worked today, and I worked, and then I have the podcast. So I'm thankful that his mom and cousin were able to like help and jump in, and but it's not as often as we would of course love. But it's life, and so we're on 100% of the time, which is sometimes feels like 1,000% of the time.
Yeah. Is he walking yet?
Yes, he's walking. He's like repeating, and he started to say, "God dang it!" And I'm just like, "Uh-oh, that is not good." Does he kind of know it's
like about like? Well, but when he says it, is he like rebellious in it?
It's actually really scary because he only says it like if he poured water on him, or he has like a stain, and he looks and he's like, "God dang it!"
So he uses it correctly.
Yes, that's too crazy. I'm like, "What did you just say?" And then he repeats it, and I'm like, so you don't want to emphasize, I don't want to put too much attention to it because I'm like, if I tell him, no, you can't say that, he's going to just keep repeating it even worse. But, but it's like, but I try to have him say je t'aime, which is I love you.
That's cool.
He says a lot of things, but he doesn't say je t'aime maman, which is I love you mommy. So I'm like, whenever you listen to this, Jean,
we're calling you out.
Yes. Or like, he says no, but so strongly.
Yeah. And
I like the other day I spent like an hour saying we, that's yes in French. We, and he wouldn't repeat. But then I'm like, no, and he's like, no. And I'm like, oh God.
Why do kids love that word so much? Yes. That's the first word they learn. No.
But you know what? I think it's because we say no a lot.
We do. To them. So they're just hearing it all day. That does make sense.
Yes. So Joshua, I wanted to take you back to your podcast really quick because something I did see really quick that seemed fun is you have a lot of sunglasses.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Why?
It's just kind of like it's a brand thing for me. Like it's just a way to express yourself. Like I like to break the ice with my guests right away. And so I have these crazy white sunglasses that are over the top. And I like for me and my guests to wear them the first like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of the show. Right off the bat, we're both like look ridiculous. So it kind of just sets the tone for the podcast. And it's just become like part of the brand. It's just crazy white sunglasses. And so if you ever find any like at a store or go out of state, get some for me. Because I'm trying to build a cool collection of them.
Nice.
And I like to I like to have a good time on my podcast. And I want guests to feel comfortable right off the bat. I know some of them, I'm sure a lot of your guests have never done one before. And so they kind of go in a little, hesitant. I used to drink with my guests before my podcast. I'm not doing that no more. Just to break the ice, I would, because I'm like, this is a good thing, like loosen up. But I haven't been doing that, and I think it's good. I haven't. I don't talk over my guests as much. I feel like those podcasts, I'm like, why did I say that? Or, when you're like buzzed on the podcast and you're just like just drinking with your guests. Like, I used to do that, and I've actually been sober since October.
Heck yeah, congratulations.
Just a personal choice. I don't know. It just wasn't really benefiting me and where I'm going in life and stuff. It was just, that goes back to that self-control. I have like deep Irish blood in me. So like sometimes one beer just doesn't make sense. It's like, no, we're going to go crazy. So just cutting that part off of my life, I mean, for right now at least, it's really helped the podcast, I think, and me to just be fully locked in and not make it about myself. But yeah, I like my guests to feel comfortable. I try and hang out with them before a little bit, like kind of how we did.
Yes.
You know, some people show up, and I've been on a guest on a podcast, and we just showed up and we were recording, and I was like, I don't, kind of nervous because I don't, you know the person.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's and then I just like to make my studio just very vibrant. I like to, so my very first podcasts, like episode 1 through 20, in my little kitchen, you know, whatever, I would always, like, that part of my brand was to showcase a different piece of canvas art. So each episode is a different piece of canvas art. So episode 1 through like 50, it's just that blank room with canvas. Eventually I ran out of room in my house for canvas, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I have canvas art everywhere. So when I got my new studio, I just like painted the walls with all the episodes. So every single canvas art I've used on an episode is in the studio on the wall. Nice.
Okay.
So it's kind of cool, like, for my guests to be like, oh yeah, that was episode 12. Like, I remember that Doctor Strange thing. And one of my mentors, because I don't have, like I told you, I don't have grandparents. So like I kind of do look for mentors, like in older people. And I do have one of those. We don't hang out as much, but anyway, she's a really good artist. She paints like the Balloon Fiesta painting. She does watercolor, like big, huge things. And she invited me to her house and showed me her studio. And it was just so cool. Oh, nice. She had newspaper articles, just random lipstick posters, like, and it's chaotic. And I'm like, explain this. And she's just like, when you want to get in a creative flow state, like, it's helpful to have the things that you like and the things that inspire you around you. Like, you don't realize it, but there's ideas bouncing off the wall. And the room is like living, you know. So if you're wanting to get in a flow state, like, and so I kind of took that into the podcast world and wanted to make my own, you know, environment of my favorite musicians, my, you know, conversation starters. Oh, I love that movie. You know, you watch like Pulp Fiction. Just, it's been fun. And I really enjoy like my space that I'm in now.
Yeah. I feel like you just did the other day, film like your studio, or is it on, did I see that on your profile? You made a video of like kind of
showcasing the room. Yes.
I love that. I was like, oh, this is so neat, because it almost feels like, you know, it's a little bit a little opening to you, you know, what you like and what you've, you know, chose to, you know, showcase. So that's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's cool because you just get the vibe right off the bat. Like, even when I walked in here, I'm like, okay, this is a vibe. Yeah, this is, it puts you in a headspace you don't realize it subconsciously. You just get in a certain, you know, your environment affects you. Yeah,
that's true. And it's funny because, I mean, you're episode 14, and I mean, this is not exclusive to me. I rent this space. So the other day, Lester shared like a clip from another podcast. Yeah. And of course, it looked like mine because it's recorded here. And I was like, oh, it's the first time I see it, you know, as someone else.
Yo, hey, what the?
I know. I was like, oh, this is so cool. But yeah, it's not as unique as yours, obviously. So I really love how you, made it your space and it's we step into your world, so that's cool.
And you know, your episode 14, to have all this going for you, it's, you know, you skipped a bunch of steps, I feel like, and it's cool. It's cool because you can only go up from here, you know. It can only get better. You add your little taste to it. Your intro that I just saw was pretty sick. That was pretty, I like that a lot.
Thank you. I know it's the first time, so yeah, I'm on a new contract, and so Lester made a super sick intro that you just saw at the beginning of the episode. So shout out to Lester.
Yeah, that was really cool. Amazing. I've had the same intro since 2019. I have not put. It's just super simple, basic thing, and the song that plays is by the Ghetto Boys.
Okay.
I don't think I've explained this on a podcast. Maybe I have. So do you remember how I said Kid Cudi was like my favorite artist? I just related to him. His albums all through high school helped me out. So the song Ghetto Boys, it's called My Mind's Playing Tricks on Me. Kid Cudi, when he wrote Day and Night.
I was going to say that's the only song I know.
So that Day and Night song is inspired by that song. Oh. So that song was almost like the birth of Day and Night, like what inspired him. And I just thought that was like the coolest story. And I was like, I'm going to make that my intro. I like it. So I'm not monetized yet, so I could use whatever I think, right? So I'm gonna keep using it for a while.
It's funny. That's why I tell them. I guess sometimes they're like, "Oh my god, I said like a bad word. Is that okay?" I was like, "Yeah, we're not monetized. You can go ahead. That's not a problem." This is the
fun days where it's like the Wild West. We could do whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
And then when you're monetized, you're gonna be like, "Dang, I kind of miss whenever we could just go crazy."
We're gonna have to cut this. Yeah, no. Yeah, and it's funny because like you, I mean, I'm in this. I'm early, right? But I'm also, because I stepped it up like right away. It's costing money. I mean, I've been really honest with that, and so I'm like, okay, now that's why I told you I'm starting to reach out to sponsors, and I'm gonna open a Patreon page.
That would be cool.
You know, I don't. It feels weird to me because at the same time, just like you, it's about sharing. It's about you know, it's not about making money. I mean, of course, I'm not gonna lie. If it does make, you know, if
of course,
I can't quit my job and just be full-time podcast, which I hope to do someday. Like, this is the dream. But it feels weird right now to reach out for money. But at the same time, it's like, hey, like, you know, like all of you guys, I have a mortgage and I have you know, and I have a son and I have so many bills to pay. And it's like, it needs to at least pay itself at some point so that I can keep going, because I'm going to come to a point where it's like, hey, you know, I think we might need to break because, you know, because money. I mean, that's not a bad. And you know what I love is that in Europe, you can't really talk about money when you are on like social media. Really? It's almost like taboo. And I feel like here, it's
that's like all it's super normal. Yeah.
So
just think about it. Think, you know, there's different avenues to make money too. Like I make merch every now and then.
Oh, I love
that. That's a big money path. People want to support you and they want to rock your brand. Just make something cool. And then I've also noticed too, like what helps my channel grow is, and it's hard because I know you got a life, you got a family and stuff, but like vending at like a art pop-up or something like that. I've done that a couple times at Ito's Barbershop, and just actually meeting people in person and getting them to subscribe. Like each event I'll get like 20 new subscribers that I would have never known, you know? And then selling shirts and stuff. It's hard. The merch thing is hard.
Yeah.
But there's just think about it. Just be creative, you know?
No, I know I've been thinking about it because I've been thinking about like, little
just and then that collaboration feature on Instagram is so huge that it's just every podcast is new exposure. And, you know, I think that helps podcast channels so much because you're like, we probably have maybe like 10 mutual friends, but when we do the collaboration, all of a sudden all your followers see who I am and vice versa.
Yes.
And that's it. Just kind of swapping our audiences.
Right.
Like I know a lot of my followers are going to be like, Marie's super chill. I'm going to follow. This is way better than Against the Grain. No,
no, you know what? I mean, of course not in a romantic way, but I love you so much. You're such a vibrant person. And of course, if that sounds so weird to say from my audience. If you love Joshua too, please go follow his channel and go listen to his podcast. It's like it's just about sharing, and I feel like I met someone that's in the same vibe as me, and I love that. And like I'm gonna say that again just so that I plant the seed one more time. I would love to collab on like going on. I don't know. We were saying like just even like coffee shops and go interview people and just.
I would be down.
Yeah, just sit down like a whole afternoon and just have people come and go. You know.
Yeah. That might be you. You're gonna have to pull me out of my comfort zone with that one. But I'm not gonna say no.
You know, it's like, why not? It's so fun, and I tend to do that too. Like, I would do it, but I'm scared. But it's like, hey, if it's the both of us, you know, we can't hide behind each other. Like,
it was her idea, I swear.
Right? So, it's funny because earlier I'm trying to do that too now so that I don't forget. I write like little things to go fall back onto. But we were talking about off camera that, about festival and music. Yeah. And we were talking about Tomorrowland. That's from Belgium, where I'm from. But what type of music do you listen to?
It's pretty against the grain. I'm all over the place. I love EDM. I love rock. I love Rob Zombie. I love metal. Reggae too. When I'm snowboarding, I love listening to like Stephen Marley. Even vintage like Sublime, stuff like that. But like my top artists, number one's probably still Red Hot Chili Peppers. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers. second, I think, was like Sublime. I don't know. I have to do a but like so for you to know kind of where I'm at. I like Rufus Du Sol a lot. I don't know if you heard of them. They're like EDM a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just depends on what I'm doing. I'm all over the place because I love me some like good rock music. Like when I'm in the gym, I have to get myself there.
Nice.
And then when I'm driving home and the sunset's vibrant, I'll put on some chill music. I like rap a lot too. There was a time in my life when I was like 18 to 23 maybe, where I was at the Al Ray like every other week, and they were bringing in big artists like that are big now. Like they would bring in Kendrick to the Al Ray. They would bring in Chance the Rapper, just different big artists. They were really good at doing that. So that right away just made my music taste so diverse.
Nice.
And you know, when you're in college, like when I was in college, you have a lot of downtime on campus. I would just discover songs on YouTube, save.
Nice, heck yeah.
I had like 8,000 songs saved on my laptop, and then it crashed, and I was just like, oh.
No.
So I had to hit a reset. But it was good. I feel like sometimes you need to like refresh your taste for music.
That's true.
What about you? Do you like listening to music?
Oh yes, I listen to so many different ones. But I love techno, EDM, and house.
Yeah.
But I also come from a country where it's really big. Hence Tomorrowland.
Oh yeah, that's like the. For here, that's like where the birth of all that is.
Yes. But I feel like it's funny because since it's always so gray, rainy, and all that, it's like we have to counter it with crazy music. But no, I love that. But Joshua, my husband, he's not too much into that. So we mostly listen to his playlist when we're in the car.
Yeah. Compromise a little bit.
Yeah, like I love like Timmy Trumpet style.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's one of my friend's favorite artists.
That like I remember going to a lot of like even like festivals in Belgium, and I loved being like in front of those like giant speakers, and you just feel the music through your body, and it's like, oh my god, this is insane. But I also listen to a lot of pop and hip hop, and that's still like the second level. No, the third level. One of the loves of my life. Love of my life.
Thank God for like Spotify playlists too.
Right.
Like you find a song you like and you go to that playlist and you just discover so much new stuff.
It just showed me like a playlist that was like 2010 like music, and I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. Like it
DJ
took me
Snake.
back. I know, to so many things, and I'm like, oh yes.
EDM has such like a heartbeat to it, and it, like I mentioned that flow state. Like some of those songs just keep me in that zone. It's almost like it's almost like Native American like drum chants. Like they just get you going, that tempo.
Yeah. The only thing that for some of those, like, or most of those, like the lyrics are always so shit.
Yeah.
It's like, and that's what I think my husband has a hard time with. And he's like, yeah, but listen to the, and it's like, yeah, but I'm not listening to the lyrics, It's like I listen to the beat, and that's what takes me,
If it doesn't have a good beat, it ain't really gonna get my.
But someone else I love is Pitbull.
Oh Fireball. Mr.
I'm
International.
Like, yeah, I'm always like.
Those songs get you going.
Oh yeah.
Like you play those songs at a wedding, everyone's going crazy.
And apparently, it's funny. I saw that on the magazine. He's supposed to be here again August 8 or
that's
something.
soon.
I know. In Boot and something at the Belushi.
Boots and Bourbon.
I think
like that place
on a like event or something. I need to follow up with Josh on that because I want to go. And it's funny because in the comments of that post on Instagram from the ABQ Live, someone was saying he's always here. Like, are we his only fans? Because he's always in New Mexico.
He's like, Albuquerque's crazy. I love them.
But I really want to go. Well, last time he was here, my sister was here, and I had bought tickets for both of us, and then we ended up fighting and we didn't go, and I'm so pissed because I really wanted to go. Man. But so
you should go to this one coming up.
I just love his vibe. And also, the thing is, he was actually the first part of Britney Spears when I went to see her in Belgium, which now that I'm thinking about it is crazy that he was the first part of Britney Spears at that time. because he was already big. But the thing is, when he was done singing, he started talking to us, the public, and he was like so chill and so nice. And I always thought before that, he was a misogynistic person.
Yeah, like an ego guy.
Yeah, and also he always had like those half naked women around him, you know, shaking their booty, and I was like always like, oh, whatever. And then he talked, and he was so chill, and he was like so respectful to the dancers and stuff, and I was like,
I like him even more.
Yes, that's when I really started to be like, hey, actually he's a cool guy, and he has pretty like a lot of cool videos out there that are like actually positive, and like I'm more into like the universe and law of attraction type of things, and he's really into that, like create your own chance, and you know, release positive to get positive back and stuff like that. And so
I love that.
So
do you have like did you ever go to like a lot of festivals and stuff? Like, do you have any memorable ones, like top, like what's on the top for you that you had just the best time ever? Was it in Belgium or somewhere in Europe?
No, I was in Belgium for sure.
Like, do you remember the artist that was headlining maybe?
I'm gonna go back to Britney Spears on that one, because to me, when I saw her 3 times in my life, twice in Belgium, once in Las Vegas. Yeah. And the second time I saw her in Belgium, I was like, okay, I can't die now, because I was in the front. I was literally and she looked at me.
Yeah. Eye contact. That's energy. You're like.
So I was like, oh yeah. I was like, okay, I can die now. That's fine. But so many. But you know what? I want to say then, like close second, or like close like 2 on the first stop would be that concert that was at the top of the bottom. Sorry, of the Atomium. It's like a big, like in Brussels, it's like a big like iron atom that's like it's giant balls. It's an iron atom. It's crazy.
It's part of like the venue?
No, it's like how do you say that? Like I can't think. When you say that it's like a big thing in a town, like you have to go see. It's like, so it was built.
Spectacle.
No, it was built during the 1958 Expo.
Oh, so it's like part of the.
Yeah, it's like a monument. And you can go in and stuff, but they usually do like the fireworks for like the New Year's and stuff like that. They do the big events there, and they had done like this big festival at the bottom, and I went, and I was just like, I was alone at that time. And I just wanted to go and forget about life for an evening.
Little escape.
And I was just like dancing, and I was just like, in front of those big ass speakers and just feeling the music. I don't remember really who was headlining or who was there, but it was just
the environment. That's cool.
Just a bunch of DJs, and there's like
I've always wanted to go to a concert in Belgium.
You have, I
like those underground atmospheres.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of like little
like house music rooms. And like a exclusive thing. Yep. I love those. But yeah, I think, I don't know, I went to a lot. Like I went to EDC, I did like Coachella and stuff like that. Oh. But I think my favorite one was called Snow Globe. And it changes, but I think my favorite one, like now that I think about it, it's like they call it Snowchella. Oh. And it's in Lake Tahoe, like during the winter. So there's snow. It's like a snow festival.
Nice.
And they have like live snowboarding events like during the festival. So there's like guys doing backflips, and then there's Skrillex right there. And
wow.
Like as a young like college student, I was like, this is epic. I'm wearing my snowboarding jacket. Like, you know, when you get super hot at festivals and you're like, I need air. Like over there, you just unzip your jacket and you feel so good.
Oh,
that was the vibe.
Fun. Okay.
I think they discontinued it after COVID. I think it took it. Well, so I don't know if they bring it back. That would be cool.
I think they're doing Tomorrowland Winter in the Alps in France. I think.
Dang.
Because I follow Henry PFR. He's like a Belgian DJ. I love him so much. He's so good. But he headlined Tomorrowland a couple times, and he's big on the like techno house EDM culture like scene in Belgium, and I always see him go to that Tomorrowland Winter, and you
Does
see
it look
people
like a
and
vibe?
like in there
wearing their
said,
like ski goggles.
Yeah, that sounds so fun.
I love that setup. That atmosphere is like my vibes, and then there's big pine trees.
Right, it's like surreal. It's like
it's crazy how like these people set up these crazy cool exclusive events. Like I see like even Burning Man, like they're out in the middle of the desert. Like it looks like Mad Max. And there's just built-in DJ setup like on a semi truck.
Right.
With like art and everything. Like we're pretty crazy people.
Right.
Human beings, we're like, let's take it to the next level.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. And me, I've settled down a lot though. Like it's fun talking about all the festivals and stuff, but I don't know. I'm kind of settled down.
Okay.
For sure. Like I still listen to music and stuff, but I'm not like, I need to go to EDC this year. And if I have a group of friends that really wants to go, I'm down. But like, I feel like I almost kind of got it out of my system a little bit.
Okay.
Like that urge to.
Yeah. See, to me, I feel like it was taken from me. Like, I know my husband is going to listen to this. I know you didn't take this away from me, my love.
Shout out.
But I used to go out so much when I was in Belgium, and I don't anymore. But also because, you know, you have responsibilities
for sure.
and stuff. And
I think with me not drinking too, that's like being in an environment like that, I was always on a level. And so now I'm like, I'm tired by 10 p.m.
Yes, right. But I feel like it's maybe a generational thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, how do you feel about that? I feel like people our age and under, I feel like there's less and less people that are like socially drinking. There's still some, but I feel like it's less cool to drink because
it's like they're the new cigarettes almost. Like remember like how everyone smoked back in the day, and then our generation was like, smoking's bad. We don't do that.
Right.
And then now kids are like, not drinking.
No, yeah. So I'm like, oh, I'm so proud. I'm like, oh, that's good.
We're getting better.
Yeah, we're starting a new movement. I feel like
they're not drinking. They're just, you know, fentanyl. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope not. No, but you know, I feel like, but also there's less like, I feel like, well, it depends, but COVID brought the fact that there's like less social events and stuff, and it's less cool to drink alone. Definitely. I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes at night I do need a margarita because I'm a little stressed. So I like that just to, you know, cool down a little. And I know it's bad, so don't drink. But no, it's life, right? Life is crazy.
It's fun. I like it. I mean, it's crazy, but like that's the life experience,
right?
You know, all the hardships and stuff we go through and you overcome. It's like, that's what life's all about.
That's true.
How boring if it was just like smooth sailing your whole life. It's like, what did I accomplish? You know?
Yeah.
So like even little things, like even like my ankle now, it's like, okay, I got a new thing to overcome. Let's do it.
How long has it been now?
So it happened on June 8th.
Oh yeah.
And then I had my surgery June 24th.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like a month out of surgery.
How long are you supposed to keep the boot for?
I think it's like 5 or 6 months. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
So like now, like I can touch my toe when I'm walking, but like any weight bearing, it's kind of, I'm nervous because like yesterday I slipped in a store, my crutches, and I had to use my foot.
Oh no.
So little things like that, I'm like paranoid about, but I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Pickleball.
Yeah.
Kids, do your stretches, okay?
Right.
Like even if it's pickleball and you think it's chill, like touch your toes.
Especially if you're over 30.
I should be saying adults do your stretches.
Right. 30 plus.
Yeah.
Please do stretches.
Seriously. What's that?
So we're not. So we have two traditions in the show.
I love that.
We have these little cards. So I have two stack. One is expressions, and the other one is life questions.
Okay.
And so if you don't mind, I'll have you pick one in each. You can just take any in the stack. Just pick without looking, and then let's see if it means anything to you, or if you know, or not.
Oh, accidentally grabbed two. Okay, cool. I like this. I love traditions. I have some too for mine.
Nice.
You'll get to do them for the podcast.
Yeah. What are yours?
So I have every guest light a candle. We just kind of post that on the story.
Okay.
Just to start the vibe. And then I have but the way they start the candle is unique. The way they light. So it's not just like match and that's too easy. You need to earn the vibes. So I get like a little paper towel and I roll it up. and I have them light the flame like with my burners in the kitchen. So it's like a torch, and they light it, and then it's like a vibe.
Okay.
Some of them burn their hands. It's like kind of funny.
Oh.
Yeah.
And dangerous.
Like Frankie on the day like blew up my candle. Like he messed it. Shout out Frankie.
Oh no.
The towel was getting too hot and he threw it in the candle and it overheated and it just blew up. It's crazy.
Oh wow.
So anyways, then I have like a Marvel DC wall. I think you saw the superhero wall, and I just have my guests choose their top 2.
Oh nice. Okay.
So yeah, you'll
Little
get to do that.
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead.
So okay, cool. All right. It says the only way to do great works is to love what you do. Quoted by Steve Jobs. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. I think it's pretty straightforward, you know?
Right.
If you don't love what you do, it's going to show in your work. Like if your heart's not in it, if you're not fully there, it's like that energy we were talking about.
Yep.
Negative or positive. So just keep that love alive.
Yes.
And then this one says, okay, it's a live question. It says, what does happiness mean to you? Dang, that's like a big one. I don't know. I feel like happiness is kind of like falls in line with like feelings. So everyone wants to be happy, but it comes and goes. But I think just like pursuing peace and doing it with love kind of leads to that in a way more so. Like peace to me is more important. Peace is like my happiness. Right. Chaos, I'm trying to like, how do I say this? Like rule out all the chaotic things in my life that I'm causing. And
that you causing?
Not that I'm causing, just like little things that are out of order. Like that to me is chaos. Like I'm trying to just tackle those in a way. So happiness to me, I don't know, just being close to God. Like I know you don't believe, but like with me, just having a connection, like you talk about energy, like that to me is God. Like God is everywhere to me. Like when I talk, I know that God's hearing it. So I don't like have to be in a church and be in a certain place to talk to God. To me, it's just like expressing how I feel while I'm doing my thing and just kind of taking that pressure off of me. Like that to me is happiness. That's peace. Knowing that you're not doing it alone. You know, I feel like a lot of people feel like they're alone in things, and that's when you get overwhelmed. So yeah, happiness it's a complicated question. I feel like it changes a lot. I'm happy right now. Feel good. I'm having a good time.
That's good. And see, it's funny because that's what I wanted to say earlier too. You know, when I asked you about your personal relationships and stuff, and your intimacy, kind of in a way. It's funny because I feel like society is almost like dictating that, like you have to have a partner or a white picket fence and that whole stuff. Have a dog to be happy, and I think that our generation is breaking that too and saying no. You know, if you're happy, like your happiness is not like your happiness is what you make of it, what you make of your life, and it doesn't mean that because I'm married or because you're alone that I'm happy and you're not. Right. You know, it's crazy. And I'm happy though, Joshua. I love you. But see, you know, it's like
there's so many societal pressures, especially at our age. Like, I mean, I'm feeling it. Like, I'm not young. I'm like too young to go out clubbing or too old to like, I feel out of place. And then like I kind of mentioned, I'm in this like, well, why aren't you married? You don't have kids. You don't have kids by now. You're not married. Wait, what? You're not. And it's like, dude, like I'm just doing me. Like I'm not going to make decisions based off of peer pressure. What like you guys want. If it doesn't come naturally, I'm not going to pursue it. And I feel like some people get anxious and they make decisions off of anxiousness, chaoticness. My life is chaotic. Maybe if I make this decision and do this, then it'll, you know, everything will be good. But like the happiness, like you just said earlier, it's within. It's like what's inside you, what's growing. You know, it's your own peace. It's not external things. It's not the white picket fence. No. It's not the house. You know, a house doesn't make you happy. It's just a house. You know, you see all these billionaires that have everything and they're empty inside. They're empty. Like to me, I would rather, you know, have my heart, peace, happiness, and live, you know, normal than to just keep pursuing the growth of life and thinking that like happiness is an attainable thing.
Or that happiness is going to come when I make $1 million.
Yeah. Like in how you were saying, like maybe if I do this and I'll get that reward, or if I do this, I'm going to be happy. It's all backwards. You can't chase it like that.
Yeah, and see, that also came from when I was younger. I didn't have a boyfriend for the longest time, and all of a sudden my dad was like, "Hey, are you gonna be a lesbian or are you gonna end up with cats?" And it's like,
yeah.
So first of all, what if that,
Yeah, what? So what? Yeah.
So what? First of all. Second of all, it's like, but then, it's like a preset in your mind.
Yes.
It's like, oh, so it's a bad thing.
Yes. It makes you think, okay, well, what's wrong with me? What?
Right.
But really, you're fine.
Yeah. No. So I'm so glad. Yeah, we need to be that change. We need to stop pressuring people. Like, when I gave birth to my son, the second day, some people were already like, hey, when is the second? And it's hey, leave me alone.
Yeah, good.
Let's stop being the pressure. Let's stop pressuring friends and family and just,
And I think people, they expect everyone to live just like them because that's their only life.
Right.
So like to them, this is their normal. Why aren't you normal? You're what's wrong?
Right. Yeah. Or you project your happiness, right? Because you're happy with a husband, a child. Right. I want that for you, but maybe that person doesn't want that for themselves.
Exactly.
So yeah.
The peer pressure. Stay away from it. Just in anything.
And so, what's a typical day in Joshua Griego's life?
Shoot, now, my life's gotten pretty slow. Like with my current state, not being able to walk. Usually just get up. I have to have coffee. I drink like half a pot in the morning.
Wow. Okay.
I'm a drug addict with caffeine. I need it. So much anxiety, just pure black coffee, just to level out.
Okay.
Maybe I don't have ADD. Maybe I'm just super caffeinated.
Maybe you just really, yes.
I just figured it out. And then I don't know. It's really slow. I've been trying to, I get up, I drink my coffee, I read. Luckily, I'm going to start working from home now, making myself useful in that way. Been trying to go to the gym every day, doing what I can, getting that out. Like to me, that's my escape. We're talking about escape. Everyone has different outlets. Some are good, some are bad. So my escape is the gym for sure. And just spending time with my family right now. I feel like this is this little sweet spot in life where I'm probably never going to be staying or spending as much time with my parents as I am now. So I need to take it as a gift and, like you said, enjoy those moments. So yeah, my life now compared to what it was before, like my day before is like, go, 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 go. My job is pulling me everywhere. Scheduling podcasts, just like you. But I do well on those. I feel like I made chaos my home.
You strive in the chaos.
So maybe it was kind of unhealthy. I just didn't realize it because I was doing good in it. Like maybe just learn to do these other things.
It's funny. I feel the same way whenever I'm super busy and successful in that busyness in the sense that, hey, I was able to schedule this. It's like the mini rush that you feel when someone answers you and it's like, oh my God, I am scheduled, or it's like this is working out, or you paid a bill. And it's like, oh my God, this is so cool. This is all, and then you chase the next, and that's why I feel exactly like you said, I'm on the go all the time. And whenever it's like go, and one falls out, and I'm like, oh.
Yep.
And then everything crumbles. It's terrible. But I feel you. But
it's just crazy. I mean, I wouldn't have expected this to happen, but I needed to slow down. I'm looking at it that way. I needed this. And it's crazy how when you're working, you're like, oh, I wish I had time off. I'm so overwhelmed. And then now that I was not able to work, I'm like, I need to get back to work. I'm not doing enough. So it's like, we're never going to meet that.
Right.
You are where you are. Today is just kind of living today. We're so consumed with the past and the future all at once that our days, we lose our days.
Yep.
You're so stressed about tomorrow when you have today in front of you. It's like just one little step at a time.
Yes. Thank you.
It's easier said than done.
That is. I feel like I said I would say it every episode, and I think I haven't in a couple, but so I watched this. I'm a big true crime person too. I love
crime?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I like mysteries.
But sometimes it's scary because, see, for example, Joshua wants to go to Iceland for his birthday.
Nice.
And I would love to go to Iceland too, but Iceland right now is cheap for plane tickets for a person, right? Because my son is turning 2 Monday, it would be 2, so we would have to pay a full plane ticket for him, and I can't take time off of work right now. So either way, I was like, you know what, you go. But I didn't really expect him to say, okay. So he's going to go, which I'm super happy for him.
Yeah.
But, you know, and I'm pushing him to go. But I also listen to a lot of true crime, so I'm scared out of my mind that something is going to happen to him.
Oh, those you watch that before you travel? I think that's probably why I haven't went out of the country. Watching Hostel, I'm like, oh, that's me. They're like, dumb white guy, get him. Right. Take him.
Yeah, that's scary. And I think I wasn't watching true crime when I actually went alone to the US. So that's probably good.
You're just like naive.
I didn't. Yes, I was just like, but that's me. I always trust people, and then they do me wrong, and then I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna talk to you again. Ever again. But it's like, hey, I trusted you in the first place, which, you know, it's good in a lot of situations, but not good in a lot of others. But so all that to say, I was watching on, I think it was on, I keep getting this wrong, Hulu, I think it was a Lifetime show called Call Me When You Get Home.
Okay.
And it was talking about actually a lot of women go missing every year, and that I didn't know about it. It's mind blowing. But one of the stories was about Desiree, her full name is Desiree Michelle Turner Buck, but I'm just sorry, she just got married before. No, don't spoil too much. So her story was, when she was a teenager, she liked a boy in her school, and she was going back from school one day, and that dude was walking with her, and they walked through a park, and all of a sudden this other friend shows up, and they were talking, and long story short, they ended up shooting her in the back of the head. She survived.
Whoa.
She was in a coma. She survived, and she woke up she was a 6-year-old. Like, she had to relearn everything, relearn to speak, relearn to walk, relearn everything. And
wow.
Her story was so inspiring, and she started to grow flowers and give out flowers to people. And she was saying that, you know how like a rose is beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. And then a sunflower is beautiful, right? But they're two different flowers. They don't look nothing alike, but they're both beautiful.
Right.
And she's like, well, it's like you and your neighbor. You don't look anything alike, but you're both beautiful. And I think that hit me so hard, because I've had such a hard time with image for a long time. And, you know, my husband has been helping me with that. But then I heard that, and I was like, that is true.
Yeah.
I am beautiful.
I'm a beautiful sunflower.
You know, it's like,
no, it's so simple, but those little parables, just make it. That's what you need, like, because it just breaks it down.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, and it's crazy, because the thing is, actually, not in April, she passed away, and she,
because of that.
In a way, it was like after so many years, like I think it was, I don't remember, I don't want to say that something wrong, but it was from like a continuance of what happened to her those years ago. But I read the eulogy her family wrote for her, and it was really beautiful. And they were saying like something that she used to say. She went on podcasts and interviews a lot, and I'm like, oh man, I really wish I had her on here. But she said, you can do hard things. And she said, be your own kind of beautiful, and find what makes you happy, then do it often. And I want to say that as often as I can on episodes too, because it is true. Like, for example, for me, like, I love to go on walks. Like what you said about working out. It's like walking. Like I just love walking. I hate running. I just love walking. And I would go on, I love going on hikes, and even just in my neighborhood, just go on a walk. And I feel like I don't take the time to do that often enough.
And you know, you love to do it. You've never not had a good time.
And I feel like we all know what is best for us, and we don't do it. It's like, come on.
That's good. That's a good reminder, you know, just for anyone. There, you can make the time. You can.
Yep.
I mean, your mental health is so important. And if you're not like saving a little pocket of your day just to kind of escape a little bit, you know, it could affect you a lot. It builds up over time.
Oh, yes.
You know, and then you go for a walk and you just decompress. You're like, wow. You know, you think things out. All of a sudden you have these ideas. Oh, I know who I'm going to have next on the podcast, or, you know.
That's always when it like clears out. And you're like, oh yeah, I need to do this.
Yeah. I love that.
Do you have any like specific things that you do?
Like hobbies
for you?
like for myself,
for yourself, for your mental health.
I mean, working out's a big one. Snowboarding was like number one for me. I love snowboarding. I love hiking too. Also, just community too, like hanging out with a close friend or just someone like this, just having time like this with someone. That's so good for you.
Yes.
So just things like that. I'm an active person.
Nice.
I like to just chill out in the sun sometimes too. Like now that I can't do much, I'll just go outside, read a book, and I'm just like, oh, it feels so good out here.
Vitamin D.
Yeah, that vitamin D.
Yes. No, you know
People
what?
probably think I got a spray tan or something.
Right?
Just like, I'm chilling.
Yeah, you look good, man. Damn, I need to get out more too. My husband and my son are so crispy, and I'm like the whitey. But yeah, you know what? We need to definitely keep in touch. And whenever you're out of your boot, I want to organize like a hike, and
that would be sick.
Yeah, we need to go because I also know. I think her name tag is the NM Hiker Girl on Instagram. She
like a community thing.
No,
or
she goes on.
Does it,
yeah,
like,
she
vlogs
hikes
and
a
stuff?
lot. Yeah, but I want to. We need to organize something.
That would be
so cool.
cool.
Yeah, we need to go.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one of my things that's so challenging I want to do is the La Luz Trail.
Yeah, oh yes.
So that would be so sick
that's a
to
whole other
have.
podcast, but I hiked that one time.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Up La Luz. I'm like wearing Nike tennis shoes. My friend's like, hey, let's go for a hike. Up La Luz to the crest. From the crest to the tram, hike back down. I like almost died.
I was gonna say that so long.
It was so beautiful, but it was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that. But I would love to like go up, take the tram down or something.
Down, right.
I think that's the way to do it. You should do it that way.
Right. If you are interested, hit us up and we'll organize that whenever. I mean, it's gonna take a couple months since you're, until you can get out of your boot.
Oh, don't let me hold you back. You guys go for it.
Yeah, but that's true, and we can do different editions either way. But
I love hiking. Like I don't know if I did mention that, but that is one of my escapes.
There we go.
My big
hiking.
ones.
Nice.
Just right there on the Indian school up on the tram. Like when the sun is setting, it is so peaceful. The deer start coming out. It's like whoa.
Oh, nice. Oh,
all right.
Okay, yeah, I know I want to get out too. So Joshua,
I don't want to get out.
No, I want to get out now, to go hike or, be in nature. I feel like, especially when you,
Let's go after this. You down? You'll carry me. Piggyback.
That would be so fun, though. I wish you didn't have your boot. I love being in nature because especially I live in Edgewood, so on the other side of the Sandias, and over there or whenever we like to go hike in the crest, like Sandia Crest or Tijeras.
Yeah.
So there's so many beautiful spots there.
Oh yeah. It's super green back there.
Yeah, and then whenever it's super hot in Albuquerque, it feels like you're so far away. Or we love to go in Hemis too.
Yes. It's like 30 minutes from here. Beautiful mountains.
Yes. I feel like in New Mexico we're so lucky. Like they do say the no coast state, right? But we have everything but the coast.
We do.
It's
and I'm cool with that.
Beautiful, right? Okay, we have a second and a last tradition on the show.
Yeah.
So we don't have to be at the end. After that, I want to ask. You know what? Before we get there, is there anything you want to talk about? Anything else you want to talk about?
Honestly, I don't know. Where I'm at in life right now, I just kind of talked about it. It's where setbacks are big. We need setbacks sometimes. I don't know. I would just encourage everyone to not focus on the negative. I know it's so cliche to just say focus on the positive, but there is so much good you could see in your life, and no matter where you're at, there's always a silver lining. So just stop where you're at, look around you, call someone you love. Some people don't have someone to call that they love, so try your best to look at the cup half full. I'm probably going to go watch Fantastic Four after this. Nice. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I don't know. Here's the challenge for you guys. I do this sometimes. Just go to the movies by yourself. And the best part about it is when they have opening nights, you know how there's no seats available? Yeah. There's always one open one. And that's for you.
That's true. That's for you.
That's your sign. Go watch a movie by yourself. And just say, practice doing things by yourself. That's that's one thing that I've made a part of my life to do. And it's never not benefited me. And it makes you just more comfortable.
Yeah. Learn to know yourself.
Embrace yourself. Right? Yeah.
Because, if you don't want to spend time with yourself, who's going to want to?
Yeah, true.
So,
and like you have a bucket of popcorn to yourself. No one's gonna take it.
That is true too.
Mine.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I feel like we talked about. You got a lot out of me that was really cool.
And I love also like random facts. So like, for example, I know I asked Frankie what was his star meal, because he likes to, mention the star anything.
Yeah,
and so
star
like,
man.
So what's your star meal?
Star meal? My favorite meal? Ooh. Honestly,
if it's hard, you can do a top 3.
No, I'm pretty simple. Like a good like State Fair hamburger.
Okay.
With like some ribbon fries. And then like for dessert, Oreo McFlurry, somewhat super unhealthy.
Right?
I get down on those late night Oreo McFlurries.
Okay.
So the McDonald's right by my house, theirs works. You know how they never work anywhere? So if
There's
I do
always work.
yeah, theirs works. I shouldn't have said that. Now everyone's going to go there. But after I do a podcast, you said you reward yourself.
Yes,
I'll just go get a Oreo McFlurry. I'm like,
there we go.
It heals the vocals.
Do you regret it afterwards too, right away, or no?
No, I don't know.
It's
I'm trying not
like
to think about it.
Right? Mm-hmm.
But star meal. I don't know. I drink a ton of water. Like I drink a gallon of water a day.
Nice.
Shout out Hydro Bar. Love you guys. Maybe you can get him on the pod. Tim, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I drink Hydro Bar water all day. I feel great. You don't realize water is like the fuel to your body.
It's 80% of
what your body is made of. Like it's just so simple when you think about it. So kids, drink your water.
Right.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's funny because every time that someone is like, oh, I don't like water, I like to say, one time it hit me. It's not rocket science, but I was sick and I drank like 30 milliliter of like the NyQuil.
Yeah. Dang.
That thing kicks your butt. Like, you drink that 10 minutes after I passed out. It's like, it's like you're drunk. It's like, it just kills you.
You get a hangover and everything.
Yeah. The next day, and for just like 30 milliliters. So I'm always like, if that amount
can do that damage,
can do that, imagine what like a gallon of water can do to you. So
it's the best. I didn't notice it. So I thought it was just like, oh yeah, what's like this, but what's so different with the water? And so I did like a 2-week free trial. Drink a gallon a day, and I was like, I feel whatever. And then I didn't realize my trial went out, so I was just going back to normal, and I was like getting headaches. I was so tired throughout the day. I was like, what the heck is going on? And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I think that water was like actually helping me. So yeah, drink water. And don't do it for the taste. Like you don't drink. Not all beer tastes great, but you're gonna drink it for the substance. So what's the difference? Not tequila shots. They go down rough, but you just do it. So like, just drink water.
Right. Yeah, I've noticed that too. Because I mean, if you have tips and tricks, please let me know. Because I feel like at work, I need to because I'm on my feet all day, every day. At work, like I scan packages, I work the window, whatever. And I feel like if I don't have a bottle in my hand, I am not drinking. And I love water, but I'm just not. Yes. And so I'm like, damn, maybe I should have like, one of those backpacks.
Like a camelback thing. Yeah.
That I'm just like,
yep.
Yeah, no, because, I mean, but yeah, if you have tips and tricks to drink more water, please put them in the comment. For me, I figured that I need to have it in my hand.
Yes.
If I don't have it in my hand, I'm not drinking. But I noticed that if I do, even in front of a show or doing, and here I have it on the ground, it's terrible. But like I don't, then I even just sip every now and then. But
that's
so
key.
Drinking
your
water.
Body, it's a vehicle for sure. I think, and I don't know. There's all kinds of cool facts. I'm like over here just like promoting Hydro Bar, but
that's good.
They do even classes that teach you like just all the science behind like the alkaline and how they basically how the machines shock the water, do all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
But even like you don't have to start so crazy. Just practice just drinking fountain water.
Yeah, and see, I had I think 2 episodes ago I had Brian Callum on the show, and he's with I can't think of the name.
Brian Callen?
Yeah, but he's also he has that Kangen
yeah.
water.
So yeah, that's it basically.
And I'm so sorry, Brian. I don't remember the name of the company. working with, but it's Kangen water. Yeah. And so, I mean, yeah, I would love to talk to the people from Hydro Bar. And I mean, Lester is currently providing water for us. But I mean, if you're interested, if you Hydro Bar, if you're interested into sponsoring the podcast and providing us with water, we would love that. And let's talk.
Heck yeah. No, they're great people. I encourage you to just go stop in.
Yeah,
and
I will probably
up.
do that for sure.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it's all about collaborating and pushing each other up, right? And
we're all growing. We're the tree of New Mexico, just branching out at different times.
Right.
I love that.
And yeah, let's keep each other healthy because, man, what I mean, this is gonna sound so like cliche and like I'm a grandma talking in the grandma and me talking, but it's like we don't like I have to pay attention to I was gonna say comment ça s'appelle, and my husband is always like, oh, comment c'est dit, because he thinks it's in French, but it's like, oh, it sounds the same as in Spanish. It does. It means the same thing. I have thyroid issue, and I need to think to check everything I eat that contains hormone disruptors. And I can't think of the name of what it is. It's okay. All that to say, like, I have this app called Yuka, and you can scan any food that has a barcode, and it tells you what is in it.
Dang, so that's what that barcode's for?
And so, well, yeah, it also tells you the ingredients, and anything that has additives, I can't because or hormone disruptors, because then it's mess up my thyroid even more. But I feel like we don't know the effects of all those like colorants and like crap stuff that are in everything. Right. So yeah, let's help each other up, and whatever we can do to drink better water and eat better.
Not eat as much Oreo McFlurries.
Right, because it has high fructose corn syrup.
I know.
So don't do that, Joshua. Or make your own at home, because I know that they make some like better Oreos, right? But like it's like different brands, but without high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah,
and all that good stuff. I know it doesn't.
I need to get that app.
Same,
I need to start doing that.
Yes, I'll show you for sure. So our second tradition on the show is that at the end of every episode, I ask a question to my guest from the the previous episode. And then, okay, I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm
going to think of a question for your next guest.
For my next guest, without knowing who that's going to be. And the previous guest, which were Mammoth Rios and Christian Bennett. Mammoth is a tattoo artist here in Albuquerque.
Oh yeah, I saw a clip of that. Those guys were cool.
Yes. So that's their questions I'm going to ask you.
They're cool for now. We'll see what they ask me.
Right. So they asked without knowing that you were going to be my next guest. And so it's kind of cool because sometimes it's like questions that we didn't even think about asking in the episode.
That's a good idea.
So
I like that.
Let's see. The first question is, what motivates you to do the things you don't want to?
I think just knowing the things that I don't want to, and that's most things. I don't know. I've always been raised like what you put into something is what you get out of it. So even though it sucks when you're doing it, like if you put 100% into it, there's not a reward, but it's going to pay off. Say that question one more time.
So what motivates you to do the things you don't want to do?
Honestly, I don't like need motivation to do the things that I do. I just do them. Like it's too hard to like get myself hyped up. Sometimes you just gotta like just do things, and just accept like, hey, I gotta do this.
Right. Without having the perspective of a reward or
like this is just, this is gonna suck. Like I gotta go to work, but I'm gonna just put the best into it. And motivation comes and goes, but like you can't let that be the factor of why you do things.
Nice. That's a good way of saying it, because that's probably helping you to actually do things.
Yeah.
Instead of overthinking. Because
who's going to be motivated all the time, every day? Like that's impossible.
Not me. Yeah.
Like, I'm so motivated. Like.
That's true. Except honestly for the podcast, I'm sure it's the same for you. I'm always pumped up. Like.
Yeah, but that's the thing that you love to do.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Then you don't need the motivation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy. And then the second question, because there were two guests on that episode, it's, would younger you look up to who you are today? Oh, that's a good one.
I would say yes. I think, well, because if it's a younger version of myself, like, I don't want to say I'm proud of myself, but I feel like I've just learned so much and I've overcame so much in life.
Yeah.
That if I had a conversation with my younger self, like we just talked about inspiration, but he would maybe be inspired to, get there. And not even in a status in life, but just like a headspace.
Yeah.
Like something to look forward to. Like I feel like I'm in such a good headspace. Take away all my physical stuff. Like my spirit is strong right now.
Nice.
And I'm super stoked. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just content.
Yeah.
Like content, like with a lot of things in my life.
I'm proud of you.
And it comes and goes. I know they say never be content, never settle, but it goes in different ways. Like like content to me is like, are my relationships with my friends healthy? Am I talking to my family? Am I performing good at work? Is my relationship with God good? Am I doing people wrong? It's like an internal compass. So I feel like I'm doing my best, and hopefully my younger self wouldn't just blow me off.
No, but that's good because, that's you can be proud of yourself. I'm proud of you. Whatever, if whatever it means for me, but man, we can be proud of each other.
Yeah.
In life, we don't have to be older to be proud of someone else or whatever.
Yeah. We're doing it. We're in it.
Yeah, shit. We're here and, we're going through life and, that's amazing. Yeah. That's amazing. And that the fact that like you said, despite what you're going through, you're positive and you're there and you're cherishing every relationship you have and everything you have to be grateful for. So that's really cool.
For sure. Those are good questions.
Yeah.
Shout out to Mammoth and who?
And Christian.
Shout out.
Yes.
You guys got some good ones.
They they did. And actually it's funny because I don't read them until like the thing. So so because I also don't want to ask you that during the episode.
So they just wrote it and you close the book? Ooh.
Which in a couple minutes after the episode I'll just ask you to read the question.
I hope you can read my handwriting. You're gonna be like, we'll just skip this one.
We'll call him really quick. No, thank you for sharing and for everything.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
It was a pretty cool episode, and I'm excited to see what's next for you. And hopefully we can collab on some stuff.
Oh yeah,
that would be amazing. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you remember to do those things? I always forget. I should start the episode with
I don't do it enough. One thing I wanted to add. So I'm Against the Grain podcast.
Yes.
But on YouTube, it's Against the Grain. Which camera am I looking at? That one? Against the Grain Custom on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So Against the Grain Custom. Someone took Against the Grain podcast and made like 2 videos and the channel just died with that. So maybe I'll be able to get that one day.
One day eventually.
But it is what it is. But Against the Grain podcast, Against the Grain Custom on YouTube, Against the Grain Custom on TikTok.
Nice. We'll make sure to add everything.
And you don't have to.
What? No, it's about.
It was just fun hanging out with you. And then the collaboration and stuff too. I think we got a good friendship going for sure.
Yes. I'm excited about what the future holds. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And drive safe. Drive safe. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you had a great time, as great as I did and as we did. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Love you guys. Peace.
Bye.